3, 2, 1, release, release, release.
Fire.
Fire.
CJ Mac, we showed test points Alpha and Bravo complete. You're going to space. Again.
Increase in pitch.
Wow, look at that view.
Gorgeous.
Okay, trim is set.
Copy. Decrease in pitch.
That was a great burn.
Southeast Center fully deployed, point Charlie complete.
This is so cool.
Yep. There's the Sea of Cortez over there.
And the Baja.
I can see the Baja
Yacht.
Peninsula, Dave.
Fantastic. There's Apogee. Silence of space.
Yeah.
Amazing colors. Resetting entry trim.
Copy.
That's fantastic.
Three, 2, 1, release, release, release.
Fire.
Fire.
CJ Mac, we showed test points Alpha and Bravo complete. You're going to space. Again.
Increase in pitch.
Wow, look at that view.
Gorgeous.
Okay, trim is set.
Copy. Decrease in pitch.
That was a great burn.
Southeast Center fully deployed, point Charlie complete.
This is so cool.
Yep. There's the Sea of Cortez over there.
And the Baja.
I can see the Baja
Yacht.
Peninsula, Dave.
Fantastic. There's Apogee. Silence of space.
Yeah.
Amazing colors. Resetting entry trim.
Copy.
Check that out. We can see Mexico. 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 Check that out. We can see
Three, two, one, release, release, release.
Fire, fire.
Fire.
Three, two, one, release, release, release.
Job, CJ Mac. We showed test points Alpha and Bravo complete. You're going to space. Again.
Increase in pitch.
Wow, look at that view.
Gorgeous.
Okay, trim is set.
Copy. Decrease in pitch.
That was a great burn.
Copy. Feather fully deployed. Point Charlie complete.
This is so cool.
Yep. There's the Sea of Cortez over there.
And the Baja.
I can see the
Going
Baja
up.
Peninsula, Dave.
Fantastic. There's Apogee. Silence of space.
Yeah.
Amazing colors. Resetting entry trim.
Copy.
That's fantastic.
Three, two, one, release, release, release.
Fire.
Fire.
CJ Mac, we showed test points off and Bravo complete. You're going to space. Again.
Increase in pitch.
Wow, look at that view.
Gorgeous.
Okay, trim is set.
Copy. Decrease in pitch.
That was a great burn.
Copy, Center fully deployed, point Charlie complete.
This is so cool.
Yep. There's the Sea of Cortez over there.
The Baja.
I can see the
Going
Baja
up.
Peninsula, Dave.
Fantastic. There's Apogee. Silence of space.
Yeah.
Amazing colors. Resetting entry trim.
Copy.
That's fantastic.
Three, two, one. Release, release, release.
Fire.
Fire.
CJ Mac, we showed test points off and Bravo complete. You're going to space. Again.
To fully embrace the design opportunity within the cabin, our spaceship crew seat really is an iconic feature, and we've tailored our seats for each individual astronaut. We've used the highest grade aluminium and carbon fiber manufacturing techniques, and we've cantilevered the structure from the cabin sidewalls. Your seat's also dynamic and enhances comfort during each stage of your flight. When you leave your seat in space, it reclines to maximize cabin space for you to enjoy weightlessness, and it remains reclined during re-entry, so we direct and optimize G-forces without detracting from the thrill of the ride. We've provided each astronaut with their own personal digital display within the seat backs. The display gives us the opportunity to share live flight data with you, so speed, G, the boost time that's remaining of your flight, all helping provide more memorable magic touches to your experience. Under Armour manufactured the technical knit material. It's extremely lightweight and requires no stitching to just ensure that perfect fit onto your seat. We also worked closely with Seymour Powell to develop our colour and material palettes. We wanted a harmonious connection to your spacesuit, so we've used blue and teal colours and hues to work with that. But also, we've incorporated gentle nods of colour to space itself and a connection back to Earth. The cabin's lined with an extremely lightweight and soft engineered foam with a honeycomb structure. Functionally, we were able to improve thermal and acoustic qualities of the cabin, but the lining also provides a soft touch as you explore the cabin during weightlessness. Your view's the focus of your time in zero-G, and to guide you towards experiencing this incredible moment, we've got 17 windows, each bordered by a soft circular halo which helps focus and frame your view. We've designed the halo edges to allow you to move around the cabin and to perfectly position yourself to view Earth below. In zero-G, the cabin effectively becomes a 360-degree climbing frame. We're fortunate enough to work alongside several astronauts at Virgin Galactic, and their experiences of space tell us that it's deep, deep black, and that Earth is extremely bright, giving us the most beautiful and natural light source on board. But we also know the importance of lighting in our environments and how we can use that to enhance your experience. So we've taken the opportunity to incorporate lighting into our spaceship as well. We use it functionally, for example, when you're boarding and preparing for your flight. We've also programmed it for different phases of your flight, whether it's using a calming colour on your cruise up to release altitude, or we can add more vibrancy through the energetic rocket boost phase, or we turn it off completely whilst you're in space. And it's during this phase we let Earth itself provide the ultimate beautiful lighting. We know our customers want to perfectly record every aspect of their experience, and we've ensured that we've got this covered. There's no need to take your own camera, as we all know your time is going to be spent enjoying weightlessness and those amazing views back to Earth. We've built in 16 cameras on board to record every one of those moves that you make on your trip. We're always wanting to add those personal magic moments to all of our experiences, and we've added another one on board with the inclusion of a large circular mirror at the back of the cabin. While 16 onboard cameras will be capturing your every move for later viewing, we felt you should also be able to see yourself enjoying the freedom of weightlessness in real time, illuminated by the natural, beautiful brightness of the Earth.
Chief Pilot Dave Mackay, I'll be flying VSS Unity into space on the Unity 22 mission, joined by a full crew of Virgin Galactic mission specialists.
Pilot Mike Masucci, I'll be in the cockpit for my second spaceflight.
Astronaut 004, Surisha Bandla. I'll be testing the researcher experience.
Astronaut 003, Colin Bennett. I'll be evaluating cabin procedures during boost and weightlessness.
Astronaut 002, Beth Moses. I'll be spaceship cabin lead and test director.
Astronaut 001, Richard Branson. I'll be evaluating the customer spaceflight experience. As the Virgin Galactic founder, I am so proud to have this remarkable crew of mission specialists and pilots by my side as we fly to space. I've always been a dreamer. My mum taught me to never give up and to reach for the stars. This July, our dream will become a reality. And we're really excited to share that moment with you all. And when we return, I will announce something very exciting to give more people the chance to become astronauts. Because space does belong to us all. So watch this space.
Three, two, one, release, release, release.
Fire.
Fire.
CJ Mac, we show test points Alpha and Bravo complete. You're going to space. Again.
Increase in pitch.
Wow, look at that view.
Gorgeous.
Okay, trim is set.
Copy. Decrease in pitch.
That was a great burn.
Southeast Center fully deployed. Point Charlie complete.
This is so cool.
Yep. There's the Sea of Cortez over there.
And the Baja.
I can see the
Going
Baja
up.
Peninsula, Dave.
Fantastic. There's Apogee. Silence of space.
Yeah.
Amazing colors. Resetting entry trim.
Copy.
That's fantastic.
Line 3.
Hello.
Hi.
Have you ever thought about going into space, Richard?
The moon landing was a catalytic moment for me. I remember my dad taking me outside onto the village green, and we just looked up at the moon. I really did think that myself and many other young people would one day be able to go into space. I waited and I waited and waited for that opportunity, and it never came. They got me thinking. I went to the registry office and I registered the name Virgin Galactic Airways.
It's a brilliant innovation story. The origins of spaceflight at the time, it was big government. The X Prize was a chance to turn that into a much more personal spaceflight experience.
Spaceship One claimed the X Prize and proved the dream was possible. This was the first private venture to go to space, return safely, and do it again just 2 weeks later.
And then from there, we just started expanding. We knew we wanted a bigger system. We wanted something that you could float about the cabin, actually experience zero gravity.
Virgin Galactic offers the first real platform where we can actually open it up to make space for all of us.
We build on the shoulders of giants, but we want to be that first baseline for Earth and actually deliver on that promise.
We are changing the way humanity views space. We've taken the impossible and we're making it inevitable.
I always want to celebrate the team on this. You need heart, you need the best minds, You need the best humans to work on programs like this.
The sky's no longer the limit for us.
This is an inflection point in human history.
2 astronauts on a tiny television inspired a kid from England. Imagine what greatness can come from a generation seeing Earth from space.
You're seeing your home planet. It's a real connection with the Earth. It grounds you and it feels timeless.
I think in the same way that I was inspired by the moon landing,
Release.
Fire!
I really hope that there will be millions of kids all over the world who will be captivated and inspired about the possibility of them going to space one day.
Have you ever thought about going into space, Richard?
I'd love to go into space. I think there could be nothing nicer. So if you're building a spacecraft, I'd love to come with you on it.
Chief Pilot Dave Mackay, I'll be flying VSS Unity into space on the Unity 22 mission, joined by a full crew of Virgin Galactic mission specialists.
Pilot Mike Masucci, I'll be in the cockpit for my second spaceflight.
Astronaut 004, Sirisha Bandla. I'll be testing the researcher experience.
Astronaut 003, Colin Bennett. I'll be evaluating cabin procedures during boost and weightlessness.
Astronaut 002, Beth Moses. I'll be spaceship cabin lead and test director.
Astronaut 001, Richard Branson. I'll be evaluating the customer spaceflight experience. As the Virgin Galactic founder, I am so proud to have this remarkable crew of mission specialists and pilots by my side as we fly to space. I've always been a dreamer. My mum taught me to never give up and to reach for the stars. This July, our dream will become a reality. And we're really excited to share that moment with you all. And when we return, I will announce something very exciting to give more people a chance to become astronauts. Because space does belong to us all. So watch this space.
We were born to look up. It's intrinsic, instinctive, undeniable. To be human is to be curious. To wonder what lies above. To dream of what awaits. To imagine what it feels like. What it sounds like. And what it looks like.
Virgin Galactic. You're clear for departure.
Welcome to space.
Imagine will take you there. Introducing VSS Imagine. The first Spaceship 3 in the Virgin Galactic fleet.
When you get that view of the planet, you know, it just almost changes your perspective. The fact that our
Three, two, one, release, release, release.
Fire.
Fire.
CJ Mac, we showed test points off and Bravo complete. You're going to space. Again.
Increase in pitch.
Wow, look at that view.
Gorgeous.
Okay, trim is set.
Copy. Decrease in pitch.
That was a great burn.
Copy, Feather fully deployed, point Charlie complete.
Alright, hey guys, hey everyone.
Yep. There's the Sea of Cortez over there. I can see the Baja Peninsula, Dave.
There's Apogee. Silence of space.
Yeah.
Amazing colors. Resetting entry trim.
Copy.
That's fantastic.
Hey everyone. We are 37 minutes, little over 37 minutes to begin launch. Thank you everybody for joining. This is a historic event for sure. In a short moment, we'll have Steve jumping on as well and joining. Hey Andy, welcome. Hey Nora, hey Manos, and everybody else who has joined. We have 16 people watching, 15 now. Looks like this is the scene they'll be showing for a while now, for 36 minutes. Andy, what's the time in Australia right now? Yeah, keeping our fingers crossed for the successful launch. Hey, Debbie. Good morning. We are here in New Jersey as well. Let me know if you guys want to see those clips back again. Wow, Andy, it's 11:28. I guess you're gonna stay up late tonight. Now, does everybody hold a Virgin Galactic stock in their portfolio, or are you just here as a space enthusiast? Let me see if there's anything happening on Twitter for Virgin Galactic. See if they have anything special going on. Yeah, Steve, you might want to see how this plays out tomorrow once the market opens. I have a feeling that tomorrow might be the day when the stock will, gap up. Depending upon how the flight is, I'm keeping my fingers crossed that it's going to be very successful. And with Elon Musk also being there, it's going to be very exciting. There's a fantastic video. Let me share with you all. I'm going to switch it up on Twitter. Give me 1 second. So on Virgin Galactic, they posted a very nice video of, let me share that as well. Coming up now. I hope you guys can see this one. And this.
My mission statement is to turn the dream of space travel into a reality. For my grandchildren, for your grandchildren, forever.
Hey Eddie, welcome. Midnight.
My mission statement is to turn the dream of space travel
Steve,
into a reality.
let me see what's going on with the link.
For my grandchildren,
give me 1 second. I'll email you the link.
Grandchildren,
should work.
For everyone. My mission statement is to turn the dream of space travel into a reality.
I will switch off to the video clip for a second while we get Steve sorted out here. So give us a few more minutes.
3, 2, 2.
My mission statement is to turn the dream of
Fire.
CJ Mac, we showed test points off in Bravo complete. You're going to space. Again.
Increase in pitch.
Wow, look at that view.
Gorgeous.
Okay, trim is set.
Copy. Decrease in pitch.
That was a great burn.
Yeah, Nora, we are having a little bit of a difficulty. This is the first time I'm using this StreamYard, so let's see if this works out.
This is so cool.
Yep. There's a sea of Cortez over there.
Steve, I'm emailing you the new link. Give it a shot. Let me know if this works.
There's Apogee. Silence of space.
Yeah.
Amazing colors. Resetting entry trim.
Happy.
That's fantastic.
Okay, we are switching back to our scene here. And still 29 minutes to go. Steve, let me know if it's working for you. Well, overall, I guess I wonder where Jeff Bezos is today. There was a photograph yesterday posted on Twitter where you had the entire executive crew from Virgin Galactic and Elon Musk. And then somebody tweeted that hashtag who's Jeff Bezos. So it's very hilarious how they are taking a dig at Jeff. Hopefully we'll see Blue Origin having a successful flight as well by end of this month. I guess we are still waiting for Steve. He's having some trouble at his side. Oh, here you go. Steve is here. Perfect. Hey, welcome, Steve. Steve, can you hear us? Steve, can everyone hear Steve, or is it just me? How about now, Steve? Can you hear me? You can hear us. Okay, perfect. Let's see why is your volume so low. Let's see. Oh, yes, Mano says we can't hear you. Let me do this. Let me stop sharing for a second. Let me switch to our this two people solo and see if that works. 1 second, folks. Sorry about that. How about now, Steve? Can you hear us? Steve, we can't hear you. Nope, your audio is not working, Steve. Can't hear you. Can't hear Steve. Andy can't hear you. Manos can't hear you. Yeah. Hey, Hemant. We are sorting out through some technical difficulties, so pardon us. Let's see, Steve. Let's see if this will work. Nope, Steve, your audio is still not going on. Let's see what's going on here.
Can you hear me now?
We can hear you perfectly well now. Yes.
What about everybody else? Can Alejandro hear me?
Yeah.
Good. Oh, we're getting an echo now.
Maybe that's the background music of background sound of the flight. Yes, everybody can hear you now. Perfect. All right. So let's get this party started then. Let me get off this comment from the banner. Hide. Perfect. We are live.
Good.
Well, thank you everyone for joining. This is a historical moment. Steve, thank you for joining and being part of this chat today, and keeping all our fingers crossed that it's going to be an exciting day.
You're welcome.
What do you think, Steve? What is Jeff doing today?
I think Jeff is not very happy, and I think the problem is that he's now saying that
Go on, Steve. We can hear you.
Right. The sound. Sorry, the sound is repeating itself when I'm talking. A couple of seconds afterwards, you can hear me now.
Yes.
Right. So just one minute.
Take your time. Yeah, take your time. Technical difficulties. Thanks, Nora. Yeah, it's once you start doing live stream often, you get used to it. I think for both Steve and me, today is the first time we are doing live stream. Hey, welcome back, Steve.
I think we've still got some technical difficulties.
Yeah, we need to get some tips from Nora. She does the live stream often. I never got a chance, but Nora, I'm definitely going to make it one day. Maybe Nora can show us some tips and tricks on her live stream once on how to handle this live stream.
Right, I think we're okay now. So you can still hear me, yeah?
We can hear you loud and clear, Steve.
Right, okay. So you had a question about Jeff Bezos.
Yes.
Yeah, so basically Jeff Bezos isn't happy. And I think what he's now trying to say is that technically Branson is actually going into space because what's happening is the Virgin Galactic is not going to go above the Karma line. So I think he's trying to sort of imply that because it's not going above the Karma line, that it's not actually in space. But if you think about it, Virgin Galactic is going about 52 miles up, and the Blue Origin are only going another 10 miles. So 10 miles in the bigger scheme of things is nothing really. I mean, you can still see space. If you're 10 miles away, it's so vast and so big, it doesn't really matter. It sounds like sour grapes to me. I don't know what other people think.
Yeah, what is everybody thinking about Jeff today? I can tell for a fact that Elon is happy because he's there, he's smiling, he's taking pictures.
Oh yeah, he's very supportive. In fact, I have a photo somewhere, but I'm not that technical to show you. But maybe on another time.
Yeah, let me actually try to see if I can get that photo. Give me a second.
Yeah.
I should be able to pull that photo up. It was on Virgin Galactic.
Yeah, I think
Twitter
is it
account.
the one with the standing there in bare feet?
Yes.
Yes, I've seen that one. It's a good photo. Yeah. But you should. I mean, we should all be supportive of each other. I mean, competition is good, but not to the detriment of everybody else. So yeah.
I actually found this photo of Virgin Galactic. Let's see. Can you guys see my screen now?
Yes.
So this is the photo from today morning.
That's right.
And this is fantastic. Having Elon Musk and Richard Branson. I really wonder what that announcement is going to be today. I'm really looking forward to it.
Me too. Does anybody watching have any ideas, any clues as to what that might be? I mean, do you think? I mean, there's 600 people that are on the wait. Is it 600 people that are on the waiting list now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Right, and is it December when the flights begin? If it all goes well today, are you aware of that or not?
I did not see that update, but I was hoping that we'll get some kind of an announcement today on what the next steps would be after success. Well, hey, Dee, then. Thank you for joining.
Oh, we've got Faye as well.
Hey, Faye.
Electric plane. Brilliant. So where is this in Mexico? Where's this plane taking off?
This is in New Mexico. Let's do some digging in on what's going on latest. And while we wait for that, let's see what's going on today.
Okay. Oh God.
So for today's launch event, and so the test flight, of course, is your Unity 22. That's what's taking up VSS Unity and the company's 4th crewed space flight. And let's see what else they are saying here. For the first time, it's pretty standard. So these are the 4 individuals. You have Beth Moses. She's the chief astronaut instructor at Virgin Galactic. Moses will serve as a cabin lead and test director in space. And then you have Colin Bennett. Yep. He's the lead operations engineer today. Shrisha Bandla, VP of the Government Affairs and Research Operations. Of course, there is no introduction needed for Sir Richard Branson.
No.
And you have the 2 pilots, Dave McKay and Michael Masochi, flying VSS Unity, and CJ Strucko and Kelly Latmier flying the VMS Eve. So interestingly, because everybody's talking about VSS Unity, we kind of did not pay attention to the VMS Eve, which are the 2 space flights which are going to take VSS Unity up in the sky. So you have CJ Strucko and Kelly Latimer. They are flying those 2 planes. And then, of course, we have Michael Colgazier. He is there.
Yes.
The whole
Disney man.
The Disney man. The Disney man.
Yeah, Nora. Did you know Nora? She's a big fan of Disney. For Stock Explorer, she's a big fan of Disney. Yeah. And I remember you telling me how the great thing about Michael Colgazier is the fact that he will give that Disney experience to people when they go up into space, which is incredible.
It is amazing. I mean, Disney being is such a experience for Disney, regardless of your age, whether you are a 2-year-old child or you are 70 years old. Everybody smiles when they are in Disneyland.
Yeah.
At least that's what I have noticed.
Sure.
How does everybody else feel? Has everybody been to Disneyland?
I remember when my kids were small, I took them to Disneyland Paris. because that's not far from England. And but the trick with taking kids to Disney is you don't want to take them when they're too young, because when they get older, they don't remember. So it's a kind of like a waste of money if you look at it in that perspective. But it is. I think sometimes the grown-ups enjoy it more than the kids.
Yeah, I guess. I remember we went to Disneyland. Me and my wife, we went to Disneyland a few years back. And it was amazing. It was a great experience.
Definitely. I was reading that there's a magazine called Wired, and it brought out it brought out a statement this morning, and it said there were a few changes that were going to be taking place with today's flight as compared to the previous test flights, and the changes are that there's going to be more fuel on board. So that's the first thing. The second thing is that the controls are going to be a little bit more complicated, because they've kind of decided where exactly they want to be up in space. So the control boards are just going to be altered a little bit, just to make them a little bit more precision sort of specific. And lastly, they've got some very good precautions as to what their strategy is if there is an emergency or something don't work out. So those are the kind of like the additional new factors that have been factored into this flight.
Yeah, I mean, this flight, to be honest, I would say is a make or break for Virgin Galactic.
Yeah.
If you can take the founder up there and it's successful, you land, and we are keeping our fingers crossed that this is going to be the case. It's just, I don't even know how to describe it. It's such a monumental, event in humankind. We have seen in movies going to space and, all those futuristic sci-fi movies, but now sci-fi is going to be playing right in front of our eyes today.
Oh, most definitely. And I'll tell you something else. Just as many years ago, people would have been afraid of flying an aeroplane. The same now for space, but that will change, and space will become mainstream as well. It'll be incredible.
I'm sure. I mean, I think 20 years later, we will look back on today's date and say, wow.
Yeah.
How far have we come? Going to moon or going to space would become like, going to Bahamas.
Sure. I think the main thing is that there's no there's no accidents or anything going wrong, because I mean, looking at Virgin, I mean, in 2007, I think there was an accident. I think that was
yes,
with the Space 2 when 3 people died and another 3 people seriously injured, and that was to do with the engine or something. But that was just on the ground. And then of course in 2014 there was another accident where in flight the plane actually broke into pieces, didn't it?
Yes, and then the main pilot died.
Yeah,
and it was a very tragic accident, I think.
Sure.
But they have come far along after those accidents. I think Virgin Galactic has really worked very hard on the the testing, the safety precautions, and that is the reason why these flights they get delayed, because they don't want to take any chances. You don't even you cannot have even 0.01 error over here, because it can cost lives.
Yeah. I mean, the thing as well is, despite the tragedies, I think we owe it to those people that were on that journey that never made it to make this project succeed. I think, to be honest with you, it's going to be so exciting because it opens new frontiers. It's like in those Star Trek movies that you see, that we're going into space, meet new frontiers, and new civilizations, new this, new that. It's just so exciting. I mean, like you say, really, it's kind of science fiction coming to reality, and it's great.
And it's amazing, it's like Nora, absolutely. I tried to remove the mouse click quickly from there when I saw your comment. There's a mouse also wants to fly to space today. No, amazing, Steve. I'll be very honest. I mean, this is such an exciting day. I generally don't get up early on Sunday mornings.
No.
But just for today's flight, I was like, I was up.
Yeah.
So Nora probably can go to Disneyland every day, right, Nora? Since you're in Orlando.
Yeah, I know. I think Nora's got some Disney stock. I'm not sure whether she has any Virgin Galactic stock, but we may need to make that change today if we can.
I know Nora is a big fan of Dogecoin.
Oh yeah, I see that. And AMC as well.
And I'm a big fan of AMC as well, so I don't mind. I'm with you, Nora, on that.
Yeah.
Wow, 10 minutes to go.
Right. I just wondered whether our friend Manos from Money, Whiskey and Coffee has got any technical advice for us. Because when I've done collaborations with him, he's very technical. So, I'm hoping that he might post something if he's got any views on that situation.
It'll be fun to, have a conversation with Manos.
Yeah.
I think I really loved your videos with Manos, and especially on the the AI robots and everything.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
Yeah, it's great when people meet together because they could share so many experiences. Manos recently did one with his most recent one. He did one with a chap called Ed, I think, and the similarities between this young man and me was so amazing. Like none of us do ETFs. We just do straight shares. Both of us are passionate about Tesla. Both of us only buy US stocks. We don't buy UK stocks, even though we both live in the UK. There were so many similarities. And I thought, oh my God, this is incredible. I must be doing something right if somebody else is doing the same.
Steve, I actually love one of the UK stocks, and I'll tell you the name of it. It's called Diageo. It's a liquor company, and they are the largest liquor producers in the world.
Right.
And they have all the brands, it's like the Johnny Walker, Smirnoff. You have what else? All the tequila, what's the tequila name? It's a very famous tequila. I forget the name. But it's a very popular brand, and to be honest, I think Diageo in particular has been performing very well overall. Even with the pandemic going on, their model. Oh, see, Manos likes Diageo. Yeah, there you go.
Diageo. Well, he would because he likes whiskey, so it makes sense. But do you know what? I need to have a look at one of your videos, the Johnny Walker whiskey one, because I know you did a video on that. And whenever I go into your videos and I see the thumbnails, I always see the Johnny Walker one, but I just not got round to it yet. So it'd be interesting to see that one.
Yeah, I'm going to do another update on Diageo maybe after a quarter or so, just to see how they're doing. But overall, their stock has performed really very well. Last year, when the pandemic hit, their stock went down from, they were trading at an all-time high of, I think, between around 150 or so. And during the pandemic, since the on-premise, so they have two model. They have, one you can buy it in stores, and one you can, drink it, drink whatever drink, right, in the on-premise, like in the restaurant, bars and stuff. Yeah. So with the pandemic, everything was closed. Their on-premise business suffered heavily, but their off business, which was on the stores, that business just picked up, especially in North America.
Yeah.
Because people were home, they were drinking, I guess. The drinking went up. So that's why, they were still able to survive, and their stock went down from 150 to like around 100, 105 or so. And then now they're trading back at all-time high of 190 plus.
Wow.
So
one of the things that I always look at is obviously we've gone through this pandemic, and there's been a lot of problems and things. I look at stocks and think, let's take a look at the previous occasion when we had issues, whether it was inflation or some other issues, and which companies managed to break through and keep going. Because I always feel that if companies have had issues in the past and have managed to get through, then they're a bit more resilient. And, if they made it the last time, they could probably make it again this time.
I agree. Yeah. They say that past performance is not the indicator of future performance. But I personally feel that if you have, handled the problem well, previously, the chances of you handling that problem, in future you have more experience, and that's where the experience comes into the play.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've just seen a message from Manos. He says that that space flight is not an area of his expertise. So we will let him off on this occasion, but only on this occasion.
And I see Nora says, I believe Netflix will be involved somehow, just a speculation. Well, Nora, you never know, When you're going in space, you'll be bored for the next, 45, 60 minutes, right? So maybe they'll play Netflix in the cabin.
Do you know, I think not many people have said much recently about SpaceX and about Falcon 9. And also, they've not said much about NASA because I don't know if you know, but recently SpaceX and NASA they got a big, massive deal together. I think it was over £2 billion, and that was for that was for Musk to go to the moon. But apparently that's been stopped for the moment, because Jeff Bezos has put in a legal claim. You always find him there somewhere. You can't miss Jeff. He's always there, mischief making or doing something. But anyway, so basically, Jeff has put a stop on it because he said that just before the decision was made, NASA changed the goalposts, and it was unfair that Elon Musk got the contract. But looking at the details, I think the reason why Musk got the contract was because his spaceship, they can carry bigger loads than Bezos, and obviously they've got a good track record. So I don't think it's very personal. But to be honest with you, I sometimes think that the trouble with these billionaires is they always seem to get their own way. So when it doesn't work out for them, they just get really upset about it. They just can't handle it.
Yeah, there was an interview a few years back on CNBC, and that's when I think Virgin Galactic was going public. Yeah. And the reporter asked, she said, why is the space only for billionaires? So Richard Branson gave a very nice answer. He said that, well, to go to space, you need a lot of money. And it's only the billionaires who can actually build a mechanism to go to space. And that's why space is for billionaires, at least in the starting. And I mean, it made sense in reality. I mean, you and I, we are not going to build a spaceship and go to space. No. So
yeah, I think the thing is, it's good that private industry is getting involved, in this, because I know government agencies can do a lot of good work, but there's just so much red tape. And, with private companies, you have your CEO, he takes ownership, he can make decisions, and things happen a lot quicker. But with government agencies, they're just so slow. Everything is just at snail pace.
Yeah. By the way, did everybody notice that the time T- pushed out a little bit, 10 minutes? It was 5 minutes to go, and then suddenly it's now 15 minutes, 28 seconds. Looks like we have a little bit of a delay here.
All right. Okay.
Let me check on Twitter what's going on.
No problem.
Let's see. Yes, they do have a new time, I think.
Yes.
They do have a new time. I mean, they are live for sure. We are just waiting on what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah. I see some Jose Curvo. I'm not sure if that's the tequila for Diageo. It's the one. There are two tequilas which are pretty famous. I think one is for Diageo is, what is that guy who was, I forget his name. Let me pull it up.
Okay.
I'm gonna do some quick search on Diageo tequila.
While you're doing that, I just want to say to Constantina, thank you for your compliment. It's very nice.
Don Julio.
Okay.
That's the one. Don Julio is the one, and what's this one? And Casamigo. Casamigo is the other one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do do you know whether martini is martini a popular drink in America or not?
It's definitely not on the happy hour though.
Okay, but
So,
you have heard of it.
Yes, martini. We do have martini here as well. It's. I won't say it's very popular, but especially for happy hours, beers probably at the cheaper one. Like even if you go for a mojito or you go for a gin or rum or coke, Captain Morgan is another brand of Diageo, very popular. Crown Royal.
The reason why I mentioned martini to you is there's an urban myth, and I'm not sure if it's true, but I'll just share it with the people watching, and if they can track it or follow it up, I'd be interested to know the answer. With wine, as you know, the best wine is the wines from the chateau, so they're the most expensive and they're the best. And then as you go down the list, you start with the chateau, then you go with the region. After the region, you go with the country, and after that, they just tip that wine away. And apparently there were two guys sitting by the bay watching all this, sort of wine, which is the poorest quality of wine you can get, being thrown into the river or the sea. So they asked whether they could have it. And what they did was they added some additives and sugars and things into it, then did some really crazy, beautiful commercials, and they called it martini. So apparently it's martini's low-grade wine with additives in it. Whether that's true or not, I do not know, but I think it's a nice story anyway.
Yeah, I am actually going to see what's going on with this one. The Virgin.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are we okay? Are you checking that those aeroplanes? Are they the right ones? There's not some more on the other side that have taken off.
yeah, absolutely. Because I think SpaceX channel was live streaming that, and for some odd reason, it just went back to 15 minutes.
Right.
And I'm seeing what's going on here, so I'm just going to pull it up. And today is a day when there's a lot of live streaming going on.
Yeah.
Sorry, folks, technical difficulties. Let's see. So, Steve, what do you think about? Yep. Oh, it's perfect. I am going to live stream here now. One second.
Great stuff.
Flight control on this one, right? Because it is primarily an aerodynamic vehicle in this regard. But yes.
Yeah, that is. Yeah. So let's see. Oh, this is a good question. I like this question. Sailing someday. What keeps this ship from crossing 100 kilometers? We've got all this talk about, what is space, what's officially acknowledged as space. But some people are saying, like, why don't they just go to 100 kilometers?
It's not designed to. Right? This was designed as a primarily atmospheric vehicle. And, space planes in particular, right, you are going to start relying on balancing that lift versus that drag very, very, very quickly in the upper and tenuous areas of the atmosphere. And you're going to start wanting to maneuver yourself based on your trajectory to make sure that you're staying in alignment with your landing field, right? Because you can't stray more than you can then cross range yourself back. And cross range is the ability, like how many miles or kilometers the vehicle can.
Yeah. The main website for Virgin Galactic, for some odd reason, none of them are live for some reason. I'm sure.
Change its ground track to align with is its ability. This one doesn't have a huge cross range capability, so it can't stray beyond a certain boundary box in flight because it back.
Yes, looks like a little bit of
down to the right. Whereas in the capsule design that Blue Origin has, they just shoot straight up keep firing that engine until they're going to cross 100 kilometers. And then they shut down the booster engine, they separate the two stages, and then the two stages just fall with gravity basically right back down to where they launch. There's not a lot of downrange movement to the capsule or the booster based on where they land versus where they take off from. I think it's like a couple of kilometers away from the launch site is where they touch down. So it's basically just how they were designed to fly.
Yeah, and if you wanted to go that extra little bit, it would take some development, and you'd have to, it would be more delays and stuff, right?
Yeah, well, yes, and like this does somewhat go toward the definition of the definitions, but the U.S. from which Virgin Galactic flies marks that delineation at the 80-kilometer mark. So you were going to get that designation really no matter what, because of the country that you're flying in. And again, it's just you do pop above that line where gravity takes control over aerodynamics, and then you come back down into it very quickly.
Right.
So,
see, Galbator 1991 says.
Doesn't seem like they're live yet.
Right.
It's it's a recorded version. Yeah.
Oh yes. Well, so in this case,
Oh, look, Manos sent a comment. He's like, your story about Martini has some truth in it, Steve.
Oh, excellent. That's good news.
So
I've got a
regard,
friend now.
That's the space plane to be part of the rocket, but that's part of the engine design.
Yeah. Yeah, so this is I believe NASA's channel, and let me see if I can find another one where they are. Yeah, but I'm not able to find anything so far. It's like on the Virgin Galactic. And let's see what's going on. I'll do for everybody.
Pop a new motor in it that's partially filled, and they fill up a tank, or how does?
So part of it is just so part of it's refilling tanks, part of it's refilling what you can use, part of it is changing out the solid component of it. So the recycle reuse element of it is more what I was focusing on there. Virgin has never actually spoken about in detail about the process of that engine. Recycle and reuse. So that's about what we know.
All right. So y'all, it looks like we're imminently on takeoff here, given the schedule that we've been given. I want to say really quickly, thank y'all so much for joining us here. Again, we're the NASA Spaceflight team, and I'm going to show you, we've got our shop. If you want to go to shop.nasaspaceflight.com, look, there's a lot of other space company stuff in here, because who doesn't like Starship? But a lot of us are here wondering, when are we going to get to sleep? We've got our Win Sleep mug. There's t-shirts and stuff like that as well. If you're one of the folks who stands by and dreams of rockets, this might be something that you were interested in. It's a great way to support what we're
interesting.
doing. And just
It's different, isn't it?
We've got our logo merch.
Welcome, vegan.
Starbase and Starship stuff in there. There's art, sunrises, and stuff like that you can put on your wall if you're a massive rocket fan. But again, we appreciate y'all showing up.
Vegan, if you tell us,
there you go. That's a
which
takeoff.
country are you from, Vegan? Are you from US or another country? Please let us know. We'd be interested.
So it is worth noting there are two pilots on board the White Knight spacecraft. It's actually
in air
up right now with its engines. There are 6 people inside of the VSS Unity, the giant plane that says Virgin on your side of it. David,
there you go. We got some audio apparently.
We do.
And this is a super tough position for Jack, because that plane just went 180 degrees past him. He probably had to move the tripod or some cables or something like that.
I definitely feel him trying to do some launches that go south out of the Cape. And you basically have to pick up the tripod. Look at that takeoff, though.
And for reasons I don't know, Virgin Galactic.
It looks beautiful.
Yeah, apparently it takes, they're up there. The whole journey lasts about 90 minutes, an hour and a half to 2 hours.
Yes. 90 minutes is the whole trip, round trip.
Yeah, it's a lot longer than Bezos. His is only a few minutes. I think it's about 12 minutes or something.
America and Virgin Galactic help live.
Jeff is a fast man,
Yeah.
Perfect timing there. By the way, thank you, camera.
Now my next question comes is,
Anyways,
how are they going to
folks,
shoot
the
when they are in
liftoff
space?
there of
It's going to be
carrier
interesting.
That's a good question.
There we
Oh,
go.
nice.
Aircraft
Beautiful.
and the spacecraft underneath. The spacecraft is tucked under the main wing there, and the carrier aircraft is the larger thing with the engines. That's what we heard going over. But on its way to an attempt at space for Richard Branson and friends. I feel like I'm going to keep saying it that way. Richard Branson and friends. Certainly, we should talk about the other people that are on this mission.
Richard Branson and friends.
On its way right now.
Indeed, 6 people headed up for a suborbital flight that we were saying just a little bit ago, but I know many of you have just joined us here.
Hey, real quick, sorry to interrupt. I'm going to move. Copy, Jack. Go ahead.
Go
Get
for
to the DZ.
All right, and that just real quick is that.
Oh, there you go. They are.
So if you were
Oh
wondering-
man, come on.
Sorry.
They are busy selling cups here.
Yeah.
This light. Some store advertisements on the street. Thanks for watching.
Oh my
No,
goodness.
but what I was gonna say is, do we want?
All right, let me try to while they are selling cups, and I'm going to try to find some live pictures
Sure.
on Virgin Galactic, and let's see what's going on.
No problem. I mean, one of the
Well,
things.
in the meantime, Steve. Yeah,
Yeah,
go
I
ahead.
was just
Go
going
ahead.
to
Go
say
ahead.
a few things about Virgin, because the point I was going to say is that when we talk about going into space, from what I understand, it is we're not orbiting space. We're not going around the planet or anything like that. All they're doing is just touching space. So they're getting just above the atmosphere, staying a little bit up there for just a few minutes, and then coming back down. So it's not like a journey into space, but still it's a massive achievement, and it's a first step. And if we get that first step right, then we can build on that and do more things. The interesting thing is that if we go back to SpaceX again and Elon Musk, his Falcon 9 has been up a few times to the space station. And it's just unfortunate that they've not taken Elon or anybody else up with them, because it's gone unmanned. And had they done that, they may have even beaten Richard to the space story. So
Yeah,
Stephen Colbert.
and then this is the live. Stephen Colbert. I found him on Virgin Galactic's channel.
Okay.
It might be because I've spent most of my life making fun of him on TV. Folks, long-time viewers of this broadcast
I've seen
know
him.
that I have an
He's
ongoing
funny.
feud with CEO and adult of the corn, Richard Branson. Sir Big Baby here. You're having what some critics have called facial hair. That little tree sloth clinging to your chin. A cross between David Bowie and Pan the goat god.
Okay, just responding to your comment. Yeah, I think this is just a taster session. This is just something small that we're doing in space, and hopefully bigger and better things to come in the future.
I can see why Richard Branson is. It's a love and hate relationship with Richard Branson, I guess.
Yeah, he's got a sense of humor. Yeah.
Yes, Manos, and I think what we heard from Richard Branson's latest interview was he was really dedicated to the training, especially a lot of physical training. He was playing tennis. He was for last few months, and he was in top shape. And I think even with the Jeff Bezos, that guy is buffed up now these days. So I think they know they're preparing for the flight.
Yeah. Yeah, I think. I mean, the passengers. I think they just have to have like some sort of preliminary training to do with safety. So, but still, being fit is important. And from what I understand, the outfits are very good because they're very good in terms of sort of keeping your body sort of in good working order. It's sort of like apparently the blood flow is better when you've got the thing on, and it also keeps the temperature at a certain level. So from what I understand, the spacesuits are very good. But as I say, if you can be fit as well, that's a bonus.
Absolutely not. They have to pass the physical exam. And Manos, oh my goodness, Elon. I don't know. He looked buffed up at least last year's when he did his the shareholder reporting. And not sure what happened. Elon is, I guess, working 15-16 hours a day. He's not getting time to train.
He's probably eating fast food and not healthy food.
So not much is going on the Virgin Galactic side. We are hearing Stephen Colbert most of the times, but that's the view. Just for folks on the right side window, this is the view where they're showing how it's looking right now from Unity 2022. 22, sorry, not Unity 2022. So, Steve, tell me about Virgin. Is Virgin a very popular airlines in UK?
Yes, they like to play on the name, and they use that in their commercials quite a lot, which is tongue-in-cheek. And the stewards and the stewardesses, they're all dressed in red, which is their kind of color. And people generally do actually like Richard Branson. I mean, he's done some great and amazing stuff. I mean, he started out in the record industry, sort of selling records and things, and then he got into Virgin credit cards, and he's done that as well, and obviously, now he's in Virgin Galactic. But when he first got into Virgin Galactic, he was under a lot of stress. I mean, he put his house up. He put his house up as
wow,
as on to kind of to get the loans and the things. And he said, if this doesn't work out, all my life it's all finished. I've lost everything. So this is a really committed guy, following his dream. And it's incredible. It's a really incredible story. I think they could make a film about him, and people would enjoy it. I think also as well.
I'm sure they're going to make this. This is from earlier today.
Yeah.
These are the scenes from earlier today. Let's see what's going on here. Sorry, Steve. We'll come back to the story. Let's see what Richard is doing today.
Of course.
Look at his face. Got a space, Richard.
You look more at that than I do.
You're late. Come on, get tuned up.
Let's go. Open sesame.
Good morning. Please sign in to the Astronaut logbook.
The name's Branson, Sir Richard Branson, astronaut 001, license to thrill.
Astronaut 002, Beth Moses.
003, Colin Bennett.
Beautiful.
Astronaut 004, Sarisha Bamla.
She's astronaut 004.
Congratulations, Unity 22. You are officially registered for space.
See you up there.
What a way to start off your journey. First on
that was
and now on a spaceship. The team. Here's some footage of them taking off just moments ago. The spaceflight system was towed out to the runway and elegantly took to the skies on what is a beautiful morning here in the state of New Mexico. They're at approximately 30,000 feet in altitude and climbing as we speak. Our spaceflight system is comprised of 2 vehicles in a mated configuration. Our mothership Eve, named thoughtfully by Richard after his late mother Eve, and spaceship Unity, named by the late Stephen Hawking as a vehicle that will unite the world through space. Once at the launch altitude and location, space. So today is the day, everyone. Chris, what is the significance?
Looks like there are a lot of people who are streaming today.
Yeah,
It's a
must be.
heavy.
Yeah, yeah.
The stuff of dreams comes a reality. And we've been dreaming of commercial spaceflight, of people being able to fly in space.
So, Steve, what do you think while this buffers up? What do you think about? Will you be flying in space soon?
Which was a wonderful program in the 60s.
If I'm honest with you, I'm not a big fan of flying, you know. I think it's all to do with control. You know, the idea of giving somebody else the ability to be in control. But to be honest with you, flying is a lot more safer than driving. You know, and do you know what? I feel even safer now.
That is true.
I watched. I tell you why I feel safer now, because I watched a video which Money, Whiskey and Coffee did on Palantir about all these semiconductors that can pick up any problems with engines and fuel and things. So I do feel a lot safer now. So big thanks to Manos, but I'm not queuing up. I'm not got my name down for the space flight. But you, what about you? Are you okay? Are you interested in flying? Would you go?
Yeah,
up
I mean,
space?
if I get a chance, I am definitely, absolutely.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Well,
I'm
so
ready.
Good to have you here, and you too, Chris. Thank you guys so much for joining me
If I could
today
ask
for
you a
this.
personal question,
Let's take a look at what we've got in store.
how much would you pay? I mean,
yeah, go ahead.
How much would you pay? What would be your limit if you were given the option of paying? How far would you go? What would be your limit? $25,000, $30,000.
To be honest, I would love if it's. I mean, if the Virgin Galactic stocks, makes me that much cash, I'm willing to, give them back a little bit. Love.
Okay, good answer.
Otherwise, I would love to wait until it comes. Otherwise, I'll wait until the prices comes down to a regular space flight, a regular flight actually.
Yeah, it's like going to the Bahamas or somewhere. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I mean, I think for normal people like average people, normal people like us, I think it's still far away. We don't see this as going to become mainstream.
No, for
anytime soon. I think the way I at least see it, that you have these 600 people flying in, and it's mostly going to be catering, at least for the next few years, to the rich, and which is important because we need to have more space flights, right? We need to have more companies who are taking people to space, and then once you reach that level where you have a lot more volume and a lot more flights going to space, what we'll see is there will be companies that will come out which will take you to space for cheaper, and that's when it will become, for people like us, it will become something affordable.
Yeah. One thing that I came across.
Oh wow, Nora, thank you. This is amazing. 50,000.
Wow. That's brilliant news.
Fit Rescue, welcome. Sorry, go ahead, Steve. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just going to say that Branson's involved with a company called, I'm just looking at called Boom. They're sort of to do with supersonic flying. Do you remember the Concorde aeroplanes? So it's like a supersonic airplane, but instead of having 100 passengers, it will only have about 45 passengers. Now the cost of that flight, as it stands at the moment, from what I can see, is it's between £2,500 and £10,000. Now that flight would get you from, say, the UK to America in 3 hours instead of 6. So the question is, would you pay crazy money like that just to be there 3 hours earlier? I mean, I wouldn't, but I suppose if you're a business person and you're very wealthy, then that might be okay. It would just be a business expense or something,
Absolutely, and I personally think, I mean, if you are using it as a business expense, I'm pretty sure a lot of people will fly. And especially during the pandemic, we started realizing that a lot of sales, at least at least what I'm hearing from the corporate side, is that they're trying to cut down on the sales trips, because you can do everything on Zoom now. You don't really need to go. Oh, by the way, now they are switching back up to all those old clips, so we can continue chatting and waiting for Unity 22 clips to come out. But these are, but overall, I personally feel that with the pandemic has really accelerated the digital transformation. And how I at least see is a lot of companies are going to cut down on the cost, especially the traveling cost. Now, if the Concorde kind of a flight, if that happens, I can easily see that that would become more of an executive level travel. So if an executive needs to go out, they'll probably pay. But for a regular sales, hunt, I don't think they will pay that much money. At least not for the mid-size and smaller enterprises. Of course, larger enterprises have bigger budget.
Yeah. I mean, even if we sort of
someone paid 28 million. Yes, absolutely.
Yes. So do we know who that was? Do we know who that was?
I don't think they have revealed it yet. Have they? Let me take a look. Let me see if I can find it.
But the thing is, as I said to somebody else, it's more than 28 million, because it was done at auction, and at auction you have to pay 6%. So it was 28 million plus another 6% to the auctioneer.
Well, auctioneer has to make some money, right? So they would love, of course, they're hosting. And I'm sure if you can pay 28 million, you can probably shell out 32, 34 million as well. It must be a billionaire. See, though they did not mention who it is. I think they'll probably keep it under wraps, maybe until the day of the launch. Because I think they will have to reveal at that point of time. It's
so it's interesting
it's interesting how space.
The thing is,
go ahead, Steve.
So I'm surprised that I mean, but Bezos is taking his brother up, so they must be very close. If taking his brother,
did you ever hear about his brother? I never heard about his brother until this whole space flight was announced, that his brother is going to space with him. I never heard about it before. I never heard about his brother.
No. I mean, I know that Elon Musk.
Okay.
I know that Elon Musk has got a big family. He's got two brothers and sisters.
Yeah, he has 5 kids also.
Oh wow! Okay.
Yeah, he has a big family.
Yeah. So where do you think? Although we're not getting the pictures yet, but where do you think we are now on the journey? Are we anywhere close to hitting space, or are we still a long way away? What's your thoughts on that?
You know what? I think from what I had read, at least I remember that. Oh, we have some live pictures coming in now.
Okay.
I don't think we are in space yet. They are still flying in, but let's see what she's saying.
Towards the launch. Let's take a look at these onboard camera footages now and see what we've got here. We are already at 40,000 feet. You can already see the incredible view and the sky starting to darken there. This is already higher than what most regular commercial airliners will travel at. So I'm sure all of our astronauts are taking in that view already and getting really excited and prepared for the mission. Now, Kelly, we hope to connect live with Richard throughout the show here. What would be going through your mind if you were on board with him right now?
Gosh, aside from the overwhelming excitement, right, I think it would just be a sense of awe, the hard work and the vision that it took to get to today. and the magnitude of what it means for the next generation of humans who are going to experience the wonder of spaceflight.
Absolutely. I mean, this is certainly the dawn of a new space age. And Mothership Eve is currently ascending still. We're already over 40,000 feet. Our target launch altitude for today is 45,000 feet. But in addition to that launch altitude, we also have a designated release point within the airspace. So while you may see us get to altitude rather quickly, we'll continue to complete our flight path until we get to that designated launch point.
There you go.
So everything's looking really good. Again, they're over 40,000 feet now, and just a beautiful to get there already. I imagine they're just getting really excited for their upcoming space flight. So speaking of the crew on board, let's take a look at the folks in flight today.
I'm sure we are also excited
Virgin
here.
Galactic pilots are without a doubt among the very best of the best. They're some of the most experienced pilots in the world, and there are very few flying machines on Earth or off Earth that these professionals haven't flown. In fact, 4 of our pilots are among the very few in history who can lay claim to the title of astronaut. And 2 of them are heading to space again today. Let's meet the crew now. We'll begin with the folks who are supporting today's flight in the chase plane, giving us visuals on the spaceflight system while airborne. Pilot in command of our chase plane today is Jamil Janjua. He's completed over 4,000 flying hours in 48 different vehicles throughout his career, which spans over 20 years in the Royal Canadian Air Force. Joining Jamil is Patrick Moran, who served as a pilot in the Marine Corps for 20 years, where he operated as a test pilot and a test pilot school instructor. He joins Virgin Galactic with over 3,000 flight hours in 34 different aircraft. In Mothership Eve today, we have CJ Sturkow in the left seat. CJ has completed 4 NASA Space Shuttle missions and 2 Spaceship Unity space flights. He's been flying for 37 years and is the first person to enter space from 3 different states. CJ is joined by Kelly Latimer in the right seat, who's logged more than 6,700 hours in her 32-year flying career. And Kelly is also a pilot with Virgin Orbit, our sister space company, and she just flew their successful launch the other week. Piloting Spaceship Unity today, we have our chief pilot and astronaut, Dave Mackay. Dave's been with Virgin Companies for over 25 years now and has more than 14,000 hours of flight time to his credit. Just incredible, and spanning no fewer than 140 different types of aircraft. With Dave is astronaut Mike Masucci. Mike recently passed more than 10,000 hours of logged flight in a career that's put him in the cockpit of more than 80 different types of aircraft, including the U-2 and, of course, our very own Spaceship Unity.
Wow.
As you can see, our passengers today will be flown to space by some of the most accomplished and experienced pilots in the world. And in the cabin of Spaceship Unity today, there are 4 mission specialists. Let's hear some more about them now.
Astronaut 004, Sarisha Bandla. I'll be testing the researcher experience. Virgin Galactic is opening up the opportunity to go to space for everyone. This is a whole new era to get people from different backgrounds, different geographies, different communities into space. And it's giving researchers the opportunity to fly with their payloads. And that is unheard of. They can take the work that they've been doing on Earth to space. And I'm so excited to see where the community takes it in the future.
Astronaut 003, Colin Bennett. I'll be evaluating cabin procedures during boost and weightlessness. When I was younger, I assumed that space was only available to a very select few. I had no idea myself that I would ever be in a position to go to space, but here I am. And how awesome it's going to be to be a part of the journey of opening this up to hundreds and then thousands of more people in the future.
Astronaut 002, Beth Moses. I'll be spaceship cabin lead and test director. I cannot remember not dreaming of going to space. There's the little tiny kid looking up at the stars, the little girl making model rockets. It just was part of my childhood. I think it's a very natural, human, innate curiosity. We're all explorers and adventurers, so I really don't remember an age or a moment where I discovered space. I just always remember dreaming of going to space.
Astronaut 001, Richard Branson. I'll be evaluating the customer spaceflight experience.
Astronaut 001. What a
That
title
was
to have.
amazing.
Now, I don't know about you guys,
Yeah,
but I'm
no.
excited to hear who gets the spot of 007 as well. So let's hear more about the man who has the license to thrill.
So why do you think they gave the number 001, 002, Steve? Any idea?
Now say what you want about Richard Branson.
No idea at all. They must have some logic. I don't know. I really don't know.
It's very interesting, especially the crew we saw. It's amazing how experienced crew they have, and they must have done so many flights before, and that's the
Sure.
reason why they. I mean, it's historic. I mean, I can just imagine how proud they are and their families are.
Oh, most definitely. And quite a lot of them have come from places like NASA and other sort of companies associated with space. So like you say, they're very experienced, and you want the best people for the job, especially when you're starting out something new, a new project, because like we know, if a project goes wrong, it just causes so much delay. So just out of interest, what are your thoughts about, when people say, oh, we shouldn't be spending money on space, there's all these problems that we've got in the world, we should be spending on them. How do you counter that argument, or what do you say to them people?
So, Steve, before I get to that answer, I do want to quickly address. So, Pit Rescue says would be great if we could see live videos in the capsule. I totally agree, and I think once the spaceship goes into the suborbital space, I think we'll be able to see the inside camera. I'm hoping, because they did have those kind of clips for the previous flight. Now, coming back to your question, Steve, I personally think that for the technology to evolve, I think it is important that these explorations. I mean, I'm not for waging wars or things like that, but those are the events which cause the technology to progress fast. And today, all of us from different parts of the world, we have Andy from Australia, you are in UK, I'm in US. There are some people all over the world here on this forum. It's because of the technology, right? And this technology was because of these advancements. So, and there will always be problems. Earth will never. This is my personal opinion. It's not a financial advice or any. Don't take it too hard. But I personally feel that in order for humanity to grow, you need to go beyond your own capabilities, and there will always be problems. And I'm totally for space exploration, and yeah.
I mean, I agree with you in many ways as well, and I think it's always good to dream. It's always good to go forward and have sort of goals and missions, because at the end of the day, we need something to energize us, get us excited, get us interested. And that's so important. And the spin-off of this sort of space exploration does bring a lot of technology back. I can't think myself personally. I should have done a bit of research, but I know there's certain things that have been sort of maybe some of the people watching will know. What kind of things we've benefited from coming back. I think there's been some sort of plastics and other sort of things that have been developed as a result. Because obviously, as we strive to go into space, we're trying to do things for space, but then at the same time, those things are then useful where we are now. So but then that brings me on to a second question for you, and the question is, well, people sort of say, are we concentrating on trying to get to a new planet because we've kind of given up on the one that we've got? With all the climate change, with all the problems that we've got, that maybe we just want to move on somewhere else. What's your thoughts about that?
Earlier today, we saw Richard and his crew make their way
It's a very interesting question. Oh, these are some live pictures coming in, not live, but a little bit recorded before. I'll get to your question, Steve. Let's look at this clip first.
Preparations were made before takeoff. We were driven to runway and our fleet of Land Rovers. And Land Rover is our exclusive automotive partner, and they help with day-to-day operations. And in fact, we have a bespoke vehicle that we designed with them called the Astronaut Edition. And this is exclusively available to Virgin Galactic future astronauts, and it's the one that drove Richard to to Spaceship Unity this morning. So we're delighted to have Land Rover as a part of the team. And right now, our crew are on their way to space. Let's check in on them via our onboard camera footage. Wow, look at that view already, and you can see some contrails. Chris, how do you think the crew will be feeling right about now?
So many different things at once. They're just about leveled off at altitude, right up at 46,000 feet. But inside their bodies, they've got like this tug of war going on because they're focused. Like there's no more focused, the 4 in the back and the 2 in the front, really focused. But at the same time, there's this like rising excitement that you can feel like a thermometer going up inside your own body. But I remember at the time, what I really wanted to do was go back to my 9-year-old self and just run around the cockpit and scream and wave my hands because it's just so exciting and fun. They're focused, they're professional, they're doing their job, but it's just a magnificent moment as we get ready for ignition.
Amazing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's certainly a mixture of excitement and anticipation with our crew today, but they will all be focused on the task at hand, as you said, and preparing themselves to run through their individual test points. And on the subject of testing, today's spaceflight is an opportunity for us to evaluate our cabin experience. It's the environment where our passengers will cross the 50-mile border defined by NASA as the entry to space. Let's hear more about the transformative journey that our crew are on.
Okay, so now, Steve, let's talk about the world.
Yes, let's go back to planet Earth.
I'm gonna mute our friend Stephen.
Yeah, Colbert. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna mute Stephen for a second. I think regarding your question, have we given up on Earth? I don't know. That's a very good question. The question comes is we will eventually go to a different planet, but I don't think that is going to happen, at least in our lifetime, right? So, colonizing another planet, I don't think that's going to be possible. But again, I could be wrong. I've been wrong many times. I don't see that as being like we have given up Earth. I think personally, human beings in general are very ambitious. And I feel that is the reason they want to go beyond and see what else is out there. I think space has been a mystery for, I'm pretty sure everybody who's watching today, whether it's on this channel or everybody else, I think everybody in their childhood once wanted to go to space. It's just very fascinating.
Yeah.
What's out there? Are there aliens? Are there people like us out there? It's very fascinating. I think that is the reason. I don't think we have given up on Earth. I think we want to see what's out there. What do you think, Steve?
Yeah. I think that's very interesting. I'm just looking at what Faye's written, and it says, I read a book called The Three Bodies to answer Steve's question. If we reach a stage to get to another planet, there will eventually be Star Wars. When the resources expand to the universe level, we will compete with outer space lives to survive. That is incredible. That I can just imagine that. So there'd be, I can imagine sort of Elon Musk, and then there'll be sort of Bezos and sort of Richard Branson, and they'll all have their armies, and they'll all be out there in space fighting wars and things. But you never know. No, I think. I think the crazy thing is
I'm not sure how many. Yeah.
I was just going to say, today's science fiction is tomorrow's reality. It's just incredible.
Yeah, I think I agree with you, Steve, because if they have imagined a story and they have made a movie out of it, I'm pretty sure they have anticipated what human beings in general want to do. And this is our mascot for today, I guess. This is if anybody recognizes, this is called Gundam. This is from back in the. It used to be a robot. There used to be an intergalactic war, and
Gundam used to be the main robot from the the Earth planet, and
Yeah.
they would fight against the enemies. So very interesting.
Okay, right. I was going to ask you something else.
See what's going on here.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Steve.
Yeah. So this is to do with the financials. So we know that obviously Virgin have got a pot of money. From what I understand, is about 100 million or more, and I know that the sovereign wealth, the Abu Dhabi, that they've put in about 280 million, and the New Mexico government put in about 200 million. Who else is funding this project, or who else is interested? I mean, we've not seen anything of Chama Palahapitiya, and usually he's everywhere, So where is he today? And where are the other investors? And do we not have any kind of logos on the?
That's a very very interesting observation, Steve. It's very interesting that we didn't see any mention of Chamath. Few weeks ago, there was a podcast which I watched. I think it was the podcast with Chamath and 3 other people. And I think they were all executives of different companies. And one of the host asked Chamath, "Do you know if Richard Branson is going to fly today?" And he said, "Well, I'm a member of the board, and I cannot comment on that." So he said that. So I was surprised that he wasn't featured anywhere. I think that could be a case where he sold off his stocks, personal stocks, I believe. Was it his personal stocks, or what did he sell the stocks from the company?
Right. From what I remember, he did sell some of the stocks, but he said he wasn't selling them because he didn't believe in Virgin Galactic. He was just selling some of them because he wanted to invest in some new stocks. So it was more of a kind of like a strategic reason why he was doing it, not because he didn't believe. I mean, as far as I know, isn't he still the CEO of Virgin Galactic or chairman or something? I know he was chairman.
Chris, I'm sure you agree.
Yes, he's still he's still the chairman. Yeah,
Right. In your launches.
Yeah, still the chairman.
Yeah, I had a chance to fly as part of the space crew twice, and then I flew on the as the pilot once. And it's a little capsule, like they were talking about winged and capsule vehicles, but both of them to get them up above the atmosphere. And the beauty of what Sir Richard and his crew are doing now is that they've had the mothership Eve to carry them gently up. So yeah, they're much more comfortable than I was at this stage, getting ready for the second engine and the rockets to ignite them.
Yeah, I can imagine. And Kelly, now I know you've experienced zero-G already in some parabolic flights. Your space flight will surely be an extension, right, of that zero-G time. What are you most looking forward to in terms of conducting experiments in that environment?
Yeah, exactly. Like Veronica said, I've done a number of parabolic research flights here on Earth where the aircraft takes this seconds at a time. But during a dedicated research mission with Virgin Galactic, I am most looking forward to that continuous, uninterrupted minutes worth of microgravity exposure to do my experiments. It's just an unprecedented time. The next generation of researchers and scientists are going to be excited for what's to come.
Yes, definitely excited for your space flight, and I'm very excited that people can experience, not only that personal transformation on space flights, but also conduct scientific research. So it's a really flexible platform. I am hearing from our Mission Control Center now that we are about 6.5 minutes out to release. We're getting pretty close. So let's go ahead and switch over to our onboard camera footage for the whole portion of the to landing. I am hearing we're in the middle of our L-10 checks. And L-10, it means we're approximately 10 minutes out from the moment when Mothership Eve releases Spaceship Unity.
Wow.
And this is based on an estimated time of arrival to that release point. So timing may vary a little bit. So we get to that point, the more accurate the estimate becomes. And right now we're about 6 minutes out.
So they're 46,100.
Up until
L-10, wow.
Eve is in full mothership mode, carrying Spaceship Unity to altitude, providing her, through essentially an board with electrical power, system heat, and
I think what Picturesque says is correct, that if we weren't doing private sector, this wouldn't be happening now. We're a lot faster with private sector.
I agree. Absolutely. Absolutely. I think profit drives, The aspect of profit, 6 minutes. Yeah, Nora,
Yeah,
absolutely. I think profit. For to make profit, I think that's how I can say private sector is very good at making sure that they are able to get results faster, quicker, cheaper. Governments are just not built that way. It's nothing wrong. It's just a
Yeah,
different goal. They're
the
more
thing
for the larger macro.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, I mean, if you, oh wow, that's Richard Branson.
So excited.
Yeah, live pictures.
Yeah.
And of course, as
So
mentioned earlier,
Faye's got what he's wanted.
Mike up front. We have an amazing team up. A vehicle, the most exciting vehicle in the world to fly.
And he has won the race today, Richard Branson.
What do you think Jeff Bezos is doing now? He's jumping up and down, screaming.
Looking like
I'm sure he's watching this. I'm pretty sure he must be watching this.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Steve. You were saying something. I cut you off a little bit.
Yeah, I was just saying that it's nice to see that we could see them live streaming, because this was something that Faye was asking about earlier. So we're getting to that great bit where we can see some live pictures now.
Yeah, it's amazing. We are 46,000. Wow, that's a altitude. Amazing.
Yeah.
Also the point.
380 miles per hour is the speed, and they're at 0.5 Mach. Wow.
Yeah.
I think once the VMS Eve they leave the Unit 22, the rocket will switch on, and that's when they'll take a vertical takeoff.
Take off into space, and the mothership comes down. Yeah.
Oculus Mission Control Center at our manufacturing base in Mojave, California.
Wow.
These teams consist of experts across various departments and disciplines within the company, and they're verifying checks with the crew today, every step of the way.
What do you think they must be feeling, the 4 astronauts?
That are L-4 checks.
Well, they're making history, aren't they? So that's incredible. I think when that booster kicks in, that's going to be something. I don't know how they're going to react to that. It'll be like a roller coaster, but going up and down.
Release time for mission.
It must be very scary. I can imagine how scary would it be. It's just like a vertical takeoff, and
it would be like to be on board. This must be incredibly exciting for the crew.
3 minutes to go. Wow.
Wow.
I'm sure their hearts must be racing.
Yeah. I'm not sure if Richard is smiling or not.
Engage the release setting Unity free.
Now it's 44, 46, 46, yeah.
Spaceship pilots, so they're in coordination.
144 left. T minus 142. Wow.
Wow. Okay.
It is. I don't know. I'm very excited. I'm sitting at my seat here on Earth in New Jersey, and I'm so excited right now. I feel like I'm there in the flight.
Yeah, I know. It's just so surreal, isn't it? It's incredible.
Absolutely, Nora. It's going to be tough to catch Jeff now. Sorry, it's going to be tough to catch Steve. Richard Branson. What's going on with you? So excited.
Where we turn directly up and head to space. 1 minute to release now.
Wow.
It's getting real.
It is getting real. Oof.
Right.
I'm really nervous as well. I don't know why. I feel very excited at my.
You'll be watching this later. Once the live stream's finished and it's recorded, you'll be watching it again.
Probably, yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
30 seconds. The Spaceship Unity pilots are running the launch pylon now. We are armed for release. 20 seconds.
All right, this is the time I'm gonna increase the
This is
volume
it,
a
yeah.
little bit. And
Yeah.
ooh, this is it. 10.
10 seconds.
No.
5,
Wow.
3, 2, 1. Release, release, release.
Release, release.
Clean release.
Oh, wow.
Ignition. Good rocket motor burn. There's Mach 1 trimming now. Trim complete. Unity is pointed directly up and heading to space. Things are looking great. We are 25 seconds into the burn now, approaching Mach 2.
Nice.
Oh, brilliant.
30 seconds, Mach 2. Everything's looking really good and stable. 40 seconds.
Wow, look at that altitude. Oh my
45
God.
seconds.
2.9.
50 seconds, approaching Mach 3.
Mach 3.
There's Mach 3. And 60 seconds, and that is a full duration burn, folks. We are headed to space.
Wow.
And
I was
passengers
nervous.
in the back, here to unstrap. Apogee is 279,000 feet and climbing.
Oh,
The pilots are now unlocking the feather.
So they have switched
and,
off the motor now, the
as
rocket.
soon as they do that, it's going to initiate a backflip for Spaceship Unity. This is normal. We want those windows pointed down towards the Earth to maximize that incredible view.
Wow, altitude 0 now. Wow.
So feather is coming. Yes, or reaction control system, which is what they'll use to control the atmosphere.
Well, we have and Australia. Thank you
All right,
guys
feather
for
is all the
joining.
way up. We are now and climbing. As soon as we cross the boundary to space, we'll hear a word from our founder, Sir Richard Branson.
Oh, wow.
Wow, Steve, this was I was like at the edge of
Welcome
my
to
seat.
Space Unity
Yeah.
22.
I wonder what the first words Richard Branson's going to say, because they would be so memorable.
It looks like a audio issue.
Right.
So it doesn't sound like we're cameras recording things on board today, and we'll be sure to capture his magical words and share them with the world when they're available.
Okay.
We reached
Good.
apogee 282,000 feet.
Goodness,
Wow.
this is
Remember the day, remember where you are, and remember who you shared this with, and remember
Yeah.
the name Virgin Galactic, because today is Virgin territory.
Yeah, brilliant. Fantastic.
The culmination of a life's work, more than a half a century since the world rejoiced in and was transformed by humans leaving planet Earth. Sir Richard Branson fulfills his long-held dream of experiencing space with his crew.
Yeah.
Congratulations again, Richard, and congratulations also to Risha and Colin on becoming astronauts today. And welcome back to space to Dave, Mike, and Beth.
Oh, we got live views.
fantastic.
Oh, wow, look at that. That's weightlessness.
Oh, you can see him now?
Yeah.
I think this is the moment which was going to, today is the day
So we are
and
on
time.
the re-entry portion of our flight now, and the mission specialists are heading back to their seats.
Mm-hmm.
Our
That's it.
training team has worked really hard on this portion of the flight to make it very natural and intuitive for passengers. Now, when we talk about space travel, a lot of people know and expect the boost portion of the flight to be loud and thrilling. But what's interesting is re-entry is also very similar, as supersonic air is flowing over the vehicle in the feathered configuration. Shock waves form on top of the cabin, which are audible to those inside. And for those of you on site watching on the ground, you should be able to hear a double sonic boom as Spaceship Unity once again breaks the sound barrier.
Interesting.
Mm.
Beautiful view.
Yeah.
So, Steve, how did you feel at that point when the Unity 22 was detached and it was taking off. What was your feeling at that point in time?
Well, I was hoping for the best because I thought for me that was the most critical time. This was the make or break for me. So I thought if this makes it, then we're laughing. We've done it. And incredible. So yeah, it's great that people can share this all over the world. Andy from Australia and all these other people from different countries. It's the sort of thing that unites us all. We may have our differences, but there's certain things that unite us all, and I think space is probably one of them.
Yeah, and
now also note too, this is our first time transmitting HD camera data down to the ground and then out to a global live stream. So please do definitely see some drops in the feed, but we still have some really great ground footage coming in here. Oh, there we go. Now we can see that is the tail cone of Unity. And the pilots are lowering the feather now.
So just tell me
now, as the feather comes down, the nose of spaceship is going to drop. Once that feather's down and locked, the pilots will begin a gentle pull up to a level attitude. And I'm hearing the feather is down and locked now. So at this point, Spaceship Unity is a glider. So it's all about balancing her potential and kinetic energy. So if the pilots want to go faster, they point the nose down. And if they want to go slower, they bring the nose up.
You're saying something,
and
Steve.
right now I'm hearing the crew's listening to a special
how are they going to come down?
for the glide. It's the latest.
They're gliding down, aren't they?
And all of us
they're gliding down
during our celebration, so stick around for that.
And the 40-odd people who have joined us watching today, it's a success for all of us here.
But I'm still feeling overwhelmed and
amazing.
excited about what we just witnessed. Brilliant. And there's one person in particular who's probably having all of the right now. You can see him sending a congratulatory shake to his passenger Colin Bennett there with him.
But Bennett was giving his leg to
Let's
Richard Branson to shake.
Can connect with the crew again here.
And we got a nice comment from Faye here. This is the moment when IT department will get an earful tomorrow.
That's so true. That's so true, Faye. Fantastic. Yeah.
So, Richard, you just went to space. This has got to be the ultimate birthday present for you.
Wow.
What was it like?
I think we're still not getting the audio from
Richard. I think they're having the same problems as what we were having earlier on.
Sorry, we're not getting that transmission through the live broadcast, but again, we do have lots of recording devices aboard the spaceship, and we will be sure to release some footage of Richard and the crew up there today.
Thank you, DS. Yeah, it was an amazing. Thank you. You could join us. Absolutely, Andy. This was this is a monumental moment.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm speechless. I saw that lift off. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
It's like my vocabulary has been shrunk to like few words now. It's. Wait, we are here. We'll be here until they land.
Yeah.
One day still to experience it. It's a complete experience for a lifetime. And now I'm looking down at a beautiful spaceport. Congratulations to everybody for creating such a beautiful, beautiful place. Congratulations to all our wonderful team at Virgin Galactic for 17 years of hard work to get us this far.
All right, so I'm so happy we could catch a little part of that. It seems like there's a little bit of a delay in the transmission there. It does have a long way to travel, but you could tell by the smiles on their faces, they just had the ride of their lives. We are so excited for them to land and party the rest of the day with like astronauts in the typical Virgin fashion.
Wow. Yes, Pit Rescue. We'll be here until the flight lands, and we want to capture the whole glory, the whole event.
So we are at 22,000 feet now and descending. And as I mentioned earlier, is a glider at this point. So the pilots right now are discussing their energy management plan, and pretty shortly here they'll be meeting up with our chase aircraft with Jamil and Patrick to get some really cool visuals of Spaceship Unity.
So, Steve,
Yes.
looks like Richard Branson has officially won
Now,
the
as
space
crew
race.
and spaceship make their way
He
across
has.
the desert, they are gliding over one of the most
Good luck to him. I'm really
in the
pleased.
United States and the largest desert in North America.
I wonder whether he will
The area around spaceport
give us that
includes more
information that you've been waiting for.
restricted airspace, which is one of the here.
Yes,
And of course, our future astronauts will be able to take in so much of that natural beauty. And, of course, we also have White Sands nearby. White Sands National Park is just to our east. It's visible right over the Black Range Mountains. White Sands, of course, has been the backdrop for so many films, commercials, and music videos, and it's known for having the largest gypsum dune field on the planet.
Looks like the crew is having fun.
Yeah, I think Richard's got a mobile phone or something.
I think tomorrow it's going to be very interesting seeing the pre-market price for
Also nearby
Virgin
is the
Galactic.
Oregon Mountain Desert Peaks National Monument, and that's nearly 500,000 acres of protected land that our guest families will be able to experience.
Nora, get ready for tomorrow's
Even
price
though
action.
temperatures can hit the triple digits in the summer here,
Start
we
saving,
also
Nora.
have cool desert days. And for pilots and
Sell those AMC shares quickly now.
spacesuits, they were designed with our technical absolutely beautiful, as you can see on the crew there. They're lightweight and made of flight grid knitted fabrics, which forms the spacesuit and also helps regulate their body temperature.
So, Steve, do you know if Blue Origin is also going to do a live stream? Do you have any
I don't know. Well, they haven't even
information?
got the. I don't know. I've not heard anything. I mean, they haven't even got the approval yet. So I think once they've got the approval to go up, then we'll see.
We reached out to the Z.
Oh, incredible pictures!
On our
Okay.
this symbol is also and it's
Amazing.
embedded with symbolic meaning. The number 4 is sacred to the Zia people, and the emblem represents the 4 directions, the 4 seasons, the 4 times of day, and
Wow.
the 4 phases of life. We are honored and proud to feature this perfectly balanced symbol on Spaceship Unity's tail cone, as we also celebrate our new home.
Absolutely, Nora. It's going to be a beautiful day trading day tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh, you can see the chase in the background there. The pilots are coordinating with Chase now and discussing their energy management plan. They're at about 9,500 feet in altitude, and the runway out here at Spaceport America is around 4,600 feet in altitude.
It's almost there. We're almost
Yes.
there. So the Blue Origin hasn't even got the FAA approval yet then.
Well,
Wow.
not as far as I know. We didn't have it yesterday. But as I say, once I get more information and the launch date is confirmed, obviously we know it's the 20th. Then yeah, we'll do the live stream for that one as well. That'd be good.
Pilots tuning in. Those
Absolutely.
Okay, so
Yeah.
for example, 3-4 is 340
I'm fascinated to know what kind of celebration they're going to have.
Now it feels like it's a
just
regular
about 1,000 feet
airfield.
Yeah, I mean, surprisingly, in the UK,
Yeah.
this wasn't.
Oh wow,
this
that
wasn't-
looks.
500
wow,
feet above the
yeah.
runway.
I mean, in the UK, this wasn't the top story, which many years
Over the
ago
threshold?
space would have been, which is
There you go.
incredible. Yeah, beautiful.
Oh, touchdown! Touchdown! There you go.
Fantastic.
Thank
Well
you,
done.
touchdown. And we're going to hold it like this for a minute before we go down. You can see they're already celebrating inside there. And the nose is coming down now.
Wow.
Nose gear touchdown.
I think they'll be celebrating a lot today.
And braking.
Oh yeah, and they deserve to. It's been a long, long journey, and it's successful.
They deserve.
Yeah.
20 years now, right? 20
Yeah.
years. They started
Yeah,
back
I
in,
mean,
yeah.
I mean, the incredible thing is, I mean, I think Richard Branson was saying back in 2011, you know, we're going to go up, and then it was 2014, and then it kept getting, you know, knocked back and knocked back. You know, incredible journey.
And full stop.
Wow.
A perfect landing. Virgin Galactic 4 mission specialist on board from our operational home base, Spaceport America. A beautiful day of flight. Board, and of course, our very own spaceship Unity, who returned to space today. And of course, we also saw beautiful Kelly and brilliant work by our chase pilots, Neil and Patrick, all of whom are still in the air right now. Great to you all.
What a historical moment.
Yeah, got some great comments as well coming in from Andy and Faye.
Half a century, the world rejoiced when.
All right, I'm gonna mute Stephen Colbert here, but amazing. This is a historic event.
Definitely. I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting because I want to.
What's your guess, Steve? What do you think?
What's that? I'm still waiting to hear what the first words were from Richard Branson.
No, go ahead. You were.
Yeah, I was just saying again that.
Yes.
Yeah.
And what do you think? What's your guess about the announcement?
I really don't know, if I'm honest with you. Whether they've got some, they might have some kind of collaboration with somebody like NASA, or maybe they're going to do something extra special. Who knows? I really don't know. Have you any ideas?
I don't know. I have this feeling that Elon Musk is there. You know, you never know.
Well, yeah,
you, Stephen, not Steve. Andy, absolutely.
You never know. Those two guys, if they put their heads together, they could do a lot.
Yeah.
That was an amazing accomplishment.
It was epic, and you know, as somebody,
I think it's going to take some time before we hear back from Richard Branson on the announcement.
Yeah.
What I've been hoping that we able to do ever since I was a little kid, dreaming about it, and during my space flights, so that the technology gets good enough. And
Disney space tours, yes,
and the vision to push beyond all the resistance and the naysayers, and to create a capability for, you don't have to be a professional astronaut for your whole life to see the world this way. I think, I mean, I just couldn't be more proud of all the people that work at Virgin Galactic, and I'm just so delighted at what this open door is going to lead to now. It's a great moment.
Absolutely, certainly. And Kelly, I want to hear your thoughts too. And, you know, also your daughter, Delta V, who is on site today, is also, she's only 3, and she's also a huge space enthusiast, just like you. And, you know, how does this milestone affect her, and what does that mean for her and also for you?
Yeah, I am still emotional from this flight. It is so amazing. A dry eye in the studio. But you know, when I think of my daughter on site, just like you said, it's like, this is what it's all about. You know, it means the world to me. But not only that she was here to witness history today, but that she's going to watch me, her mom, become an astronaut. You know, that's going to be normal in her mind. That's just another thing moms do. Of course, they go to space. You know, and I just think that's incredible. She's going to grow up knowing that not even the sky is a limit. And I think the other thing that struck me is it's just such a powerful reminder of how much can change in a single generation. My mom is also on site here today. She's going to kill me for aging her. But when she was born, human beings hadn't yet been to space. When she was growing up, women weren't eligible. And now here she is watching her daughter prepare for a space flight of my own. Yeah, it gives me.
It's amazing. Absolutely.
You know, and the moon landing is what inspired Sir Richard Branson. And so who knows what, you know, Delta V today, what that's going to inspire her to do and other people in her generation. It's so incredibly exciting.
It is.
And folks, this is just the beginning. Virgin Galactic is a venture as a catalyst. It's the start of a whole new space age, which is completely different from the one before. You know, space was something that was unattainable by all but a very small group of people, and it was a preserve of government agencies for national pride. And this is totally different. You know, it's the new space age, which is, you know, for Kelly, for Delta V, for Chris, for me, it's for everybody. And, you know, we're making it more accessible to the public. So I know, you know, the full effect of what happened today will not be felt for some time, but it will touch many generations to come.
That's true.
Now, Chris, you were aboard the ISS for about 5 months at one point, right? Did the window ever get old?
So one of the very interesting point she brought up is how much something can change in a generation.
Yes.
And we have Francisco from Portugal. Welcome.
Oh, wow.
We have people joining from all over the world. This is amazing.
It is incredible.
Perspective, you know, the world generously.
And what she said about how things change in a generation, I think children born from today onwards,
Yes.
for them going to space is like normal.
Definitely.
And I'm speechless. I'm speechless on just the thought of it, that, you know, for us when we were kids, going to space was something, you know, we could never think of, or unless you are an astronaut.
And you took
Sure.
like thousands of photos
But
of it too, right?
there was a
I mean, does that
massive gap
give you a
between
glimpse of what
when the
is
first man landed on the moon
It was a little glitchy.
to going back up into space again. I think there was quite a large gap. But as I say, these gaps tend to happen when, you know, you have unfortunate accidents, and they can, you know, push back things. But today was a fantastic day, and this is, you know, and this, I think Jeff Bezos will be pleased about this, because this will give him the energy and the drive now to show what he's made of. And yeah, it's good. But
Yes.
like you said, you said with Elon
Yeah,
Musk.
absolutely.
Yeah, with Elon Musk and Branson being together, maybe they're cooking something up and we don't know about it yet.
Absolutely. And that's what I'm really excited about, because just moving the topic a little bit from, you know, the excitement, looking at the stock market, I think is going to be a big bump up. I really don't see, because most of the selling happened for Virgin Galactic on Friday. A lot of profit taking was done on Friday. But after this successful launch, I think there'll be more people who now know about Virgin Galactic and would want to get their hands on. So Nora, definitely, you know, it's going to be a busy day for you tomorrow.
Yeah. Definitely, yeah. So it's great, like I said, that there's so many people from different countries, you know, watching this. Australia, Portugal, obviously America, UK. It's really great.
Yeah, at one point of time, we had almost like 40 plus people.
Wow.
So it's just amazing, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think watching together in a group is much more fun. But I think this event was amazing.
And, you know, Kelly, I know
Definitely, yeah.
a lot of experiments on board while you fly with Virgin Galactic, but I hope you look out the window and enjoy that too, right?
I'm going to have to carefully choreograph precious time at that window just to soak it in and enjoy the moment and be in the moment.
Definitely. And, you know, while we're waiting for our crew to disembark now, can you actually tell us a little bit about your experiments?
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm going to be flying healthcare and fluid experiments on board my research flight. The first one is the Astroskin. It's a wearable sensor system designed to monitor how spaceflight affects the human body. The cool thing about it is the Astroskin is currently worn on board the International Space Station by astronauts, but my flight will be the first time that we're collecting data during launch, reentry, and landing. So I'm really excited to contribute to some novel data collection for the next generation of astronauts. Another experiment I'm flying is a fluid experiment designed to evaluate the behavior of liquid in a confined environment in microgravity. That's also going to be fun because I'm going to be interacting with a fluid cell that has a camera attached to it, and data collected from that experiment can help inform, you know, new technologies related to life support systems or novel designs for syringes for administering medicine in space. So I'm very excited for the opportunity to take my payloads with me to space.
Absolutely. Well, that's so cool. I am hearing that our Chief Medical Officer, Tara Castleberry, is approaching the vehicle now, and they are going to do a medical debrief with the crew. So we'll see that here momentarily. And our crew is actually going to join us later in the broadcast, where they will receive their astronaut wings. So, Chris, I'm sure you have a vivid memory of the day you received your wings.
Yeah, wings that we wear on our chest.
Thank you, Pit Rescue. Yeah, it was amazing having you all join this live stream, and thank you to Steve for accepting this role of jointly hosting our live stream.
Okay. Organized most have their own wings. But when I flew in space, it was the very that's on my chest. So that was a huge honor for me to have, the Prime Minister of Canada
Wow.
to take these new wings that had minted to show a new human accomplishment, and then for me to have that as part of who I am for the rest of my life. And so it's
Absolutely, Faye. I'll put the link for Steve's channel. Give me 1 second.
I was just going to say, now you get to return that honor to the crew today. It's so exciting. And you have a really important role to help present those astronaut wings. So we're all looking forward to seeing that. As our pilots and passengers prepare to make their way back to spaceport, let's hear a little bit more about our special musical guest who will celebrate their arrival.
Thanks, Veronica. And if you thought that...
Okay, I'm going to mute our friend Stephen Colbert. That's the last I want to hear of him. But here is the link. Everyone whoever has joined, I highly recommend also following Steve from Disruptive Wealth Creation. He has some very interesting content he brings up from disruption standpoint. So definitely check Steve out. And I am Kay. I'm hosting from Invest for Tomorrow. We post videos about investing, wealth creation, wealth building. And Steve, tell us about your channel a little bit, while we wait for the ceremony.
Sure. Yeah. So basically, how my channel came about was I started looking at sort of stocks and shares, and I thought, well, which one shall I invest in? And from a personal point of view, I wanted to invest in things that were going to make the world a better place. So I realized eventually that the best ones to go for would be the growth stocks, the ones in things like renewables. I'm a big fan of cryptocurrency because it's sort of money that kind of diversifies and sort of reaches lots of people in different countries. And, that's a topic in itself. And I'm not going to go into that now. But there's certainly so much going on in the sort of financial world with things like fintech. You've got your PayPal, you've got your Square. There's things going on in that. Then there's 3D printing, which is quite interesting, and I've done a video on that. I've done a video on things like artificial intelligence and how that works. There's so much going on. For example, you guys, a lot of you probably have Amazon. Maybe you have the Alexa as well. So with Amazon, when you go onto Amazon and you buy something on Amazon, you wouldn't believe it, but over 30% of the money that Amazon make are from referrals. So basically, you will go on Amazon to buy something, you might change your mind. Well, all that data is stored on their computers so that when you go back on there again, they kind of remind you of stuff that you looked at and you didn't buy. And then you go and buy it. So they know you, they know you because they've got the data and they know you. So that's the sort of stuff that I'm kind of interested in. Tesla, these sort of cars that can drive on their own, all that kind of stuff, electric cars, everything. All this new stuff. And that's why space as well, because space is the future. And all these companies are transforming the world and hopefully making it a better place for all of us. And so that's what my channel's about. If I had it my way, I'd say, well, don't invest in tobacco, don't invest in fossil fuels. Invest in renewable things, and invest in stuff like that. Of course, we want to make money, but let's put it to good use.
Very, very well said, Steve. Thank you, Andy. It was a pleasure having you from Australia. I know it's very late for you. But I'm glad that you joined us today.
Thanks, Andy. Thank you.
Steve, the next question is for you.
Okay. What's the question? Is it on the comments?
The next question is for you from Faye.
All right. Let me just.
Yes.
Let me just. I can't see the question. Can you read it for me?
Oh, yes. The question is, Steve, is your channel about London Stock Exchange or US Stock Exchange?
It's about the US Stock Exchange. I only invest in the sort of US stocks, but I mean I am familiar, obviously, with a lot of stocks in the UK. So if you have any questions about that, then I'm quite happy to sort of share what I know about stocks and shares in the UK.
So, Steve, you mentioned that you don't invest in UK companies.
Yeah. Yeah, the reason for that is because what I find is that US stocks, for some reason, especially the growth stocks, they're more volatile, so that they move a lot more, and that's what I want. A lot of the UK stocks. I mean, I guess it will change now that we're moving out of the pandemic, but for the last sort of 12 months, they've been very kind of docile. They've been steady, and there's not been much movement. And I mean, I know a lot of people in the UK, for that reason alone, have got more involved in cryptocurrency because they want to make a fast buck. They can't be hanging around sitting waiting, so they're looking for things. Things that are happening quickly, fast. I know maybe some people are risk averse. And they think that it's not a good idea, and they may look at it as some kind of gambling, but that's obviously their own personal feeling. But with a little bit of research, I think you could make some good moves on the crypto, and I've certainly done that myself from my own personal experience. So yeah, so that's where I am. I mean,
right. I mean, technically, if you think about it, Richard Branson is from UK, and even though his company was IPO'd here in US, it's the credit goes to the UK, right?
Well, there's quite. I mean, I wouldn't be able to list them now, but there are quite a lot of British inventors who unfortunately they have to go abroad to get the money. To give you an example of what I mean, these James Bond movies. The James Bond movies. For many years, you had people like Roger Moore,
yes,
and Sean Connery. They were the James Bond, and those two guys, they were getting so fed up because they were saying, "Look, we're in our 60s now, and we're still having to jump into the bed with these young ladies that are so young. They're young enough to be our daughters. Why can't you get another James Bond who's younger?" And the banks were saying, no. You have a massive, Sean or Roger, you have a massive following. We can't risk our money on some new actor who we don't know. So it was that kind of situation where, that's how it went, and that's how sometimes the mindset is like that as well. A lot of banks can be very sort of protective, very cautious, but that's why I like the US, because the US is a bit more adventurous, a little bit more sort of breaking frontiers and things. What have you got to show us?
Now since you talked about James Bond, here's a magazine of James Bond from all the old movies we had of James Bond. This is a picture book. I'm not sure if everybody can see it, but from Sean Connery when he was a James Bond from 1984, all those old movies, every single every movie, every single one is here. It's very interesting.
Yeah.
So I can see what you mean, and even the ones which was released internationally, like in Japan and Portugal.
Yeah,
very interesting. This is the one we got it from one of the what do you call my wife works for a company. That's where she got this from. So it was very nice.
Yeah. Oh, good.
Are you a big fan of James Bond movies?
You know, I like the James Bond movies, but if I'm honest with you, if I was going to see a movie, it would probably be with somebody like Bruce Willis, or you know, I like those. I like those old action guys, because with me being old, it makes me feel good. Yeah. So yeah.
Bruce Willis has been making a lot of movies recently.
Yeah, is it because he needs the money, or does he just like making movies?
I don't know. Maybe he needs to make money, but I think interestingly, a lot of new Bruce Willis movies are all about space.
Okay.
So maybe he is probably preparing to go to space soon.
Yeah, you never know. I don't know what Arnold Schwarzenegger what's Arnold Schwarzenegger doing these days? Is he still in politics, or what's he doing now?
No, he retired from the governor position. I haven't seen him in the political scene lately. And there's a comment for you, Steve, from Faye. You definitely look young, Steve. That's the comment.
Yeah, 61. Thank you. Oh dear. So what sort of
this is amazing.
I'm looking at this music, and I'm thinking, what sort of music do you like? I mean, I like Bon Jovi, Bruce Springsteen. What kind of music do you like over there?
I don't have any specific, but I used to like Desert Rose, Linkin Park, some Michael Jackson, songs. And I pretty much I like electric music.
Okay.
The EDM, Daft Punk, those ones. Nowadays I listen to anything and everything pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sort of still a big fan of some of the older groups. You know, I mean, I like Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons. I mean, I like Billy Joel. I like music by Barry White. You know, a lot of the old stuff. And you know what? The thing is my kids like the same music, because when they were small, I used to put it in the car. So I kind of brainwashed them into liking it as well. So I've got a new generation of people liking old music.
Do you play any? Do you play any instruments as well, Steve?
Yeah, I play the piano, but that's just the piano. Do you play any instruments?
Very nice. Looks like No, I started learning guitar, and I guess I never graduated from being an amateur.
Oh, well. So what's happening here now on the airport? What's happening now? They're taking it back into the hangar, or?
So yeah, they are bringing I think so, yes. And I think they didn't show us the clip. I think everybody has already got off the plane, I guess, but they haven't shown us yet.
No.
And I guess we should be waiting. We should be hearing as soon as they get off. We should be hearing that message from Steve. Not Steve, sorry, Steve. From Richard Branson. And that's what we are all waiting for. What are his words?
Yes. I mean, it's great that when they were inside.
You think the stock prices of Range Rover will go up tomorrow?
Maybe. Maybe. Yeah, I was just going to say, it was nice to see that they didn't have to wear any kind of helmets or masks or anything inside the aeroplane. That they could, just be casually, in the aeroplane like ordinary passengers. That I thought that was incredible and amazing.
That is true. I think when we Oh, when we imagine an astronaut,
That
we
was beautiful.
feel that you have to wear that entire
The
gear.
lyrics in your new song was I never imagined.
I was talking about the
predicted,
song.
You know
Yeah.
how far we've come. And
Yeah.
look what we were just at here today. What did you think of the whole thing today?
Super nerve-wracking. Honestly, it's a dream to even be here. So I'm so thankful. And like you said, look how far we've came just as humanity.
Yeah.
That was so memorable, so historic. We went to space.
But I mean, you are the youngest person ever to have reached what 20 billion streams, I think, on
Yeah.
Spotify.
Yeah.
So, where do you think we are in history? What does this mean for you?
For me, I'm so thankful. I'm so grateful, and it seems surreal. And I think that's kind of how we all feel about the times right now. It's super surreal, but it's true. It's our new normal. So we're gonna have to get used to it because we're gonna see a lot more to come.
What are you dreaming of doing in your life?
I dream that I get the confidence to go up there too.
That'd be great. And I think you tweeted out like if you went to space, what would?
Oh yeah, I would.
What would you take?
One of my best friends gave me a crystal for my birthday. I would take that with me too.
You would take that.
Yeah. I really cherish my friends.
Well, that was just beautiful listening to you on stage, and I'm
Thank
so
you.
delighted to have a chance to get to know you and to
Aw.
share something so magnificent with you here today.
I really appreciate it. Thank you.
And I've been lucky enough to fly in space myself.
Oh, I
and
know.
you are going to love the experience when you have a chance to
Oh, I know I will.
Yeah, I've been outside of a spaceship, watching the world turn under
Unreal.
And what we really need.
Hey
is
Donna,
ships
thank you
like
for
this one
joining
that's
the live
behind
stream.
us.
We are glad you're here with us.
There are people with
Yeah,
your
make
kind
it
of talent,
conventional for everyone. to go.
but your talent
Oh,
to then
thank you.
share it in a way that other people can really understand.
Oh, you're too nice. Thank you. I really appreciate
So
that.
I'm really excited. You think maybe, I mean, you're one of the great singer-songwriters. Do you think maybe some of the stuff you've seen today?
Have you heard about him,
Oh,
Steve?
no doubt.
Khalid?
No
I have
doubt.
never heard
It
of him.
It inspired me already.
But it sounded all right. I enjoyed his music. He was good.
Yeah.
I'm happy to be here.
Congratulations
Yeah.
to you.
Thank you so much, Virgin Galactic as well. Like, I really appreciate it because none of this would have happened without you guys. Everybody, all the engineers, everybody working on set. I really appreciate it.
So, Khalid, you see right there's the door that you get in through. and then you get into your seat, and then you could have.
Yeah.
They're trying to sell a ticket to Khalid so he
We
can.
will
Yeah, they're one of the first pop star in space.
I think you'll love the experience.
I think he's selling it.
Not just.
I think they have some. Yeah, they have some big celebrities who have bought
Wonderful.
it. Let me see who. Oh, there you go. We have a
Thank
live.
you so much.
It coming off.
Together.
Oh, I really appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
Richard Branson. There you go.
Hey.
Congratulations. He's like a kid right now.
Yeah, I know he is. Yeah, he's loving it every minute.
A very emotional moment for the family.
Yeah, it's nice to have a happy ending. Yeah.
Yes. It was a risk.
Yeah, sure. And you know, because the boss has gone up, that has given people a lot of confidence.
True. He led from the front.
Yeah, yeah.
I think Virgin Galactic is going to be a trending ticker tomorrow, for sure.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
Well, we just witnessed the crew disembark from the spaceship, and what a hero's welcome they received. That was so adorable, seeing all the friends and family greet them now officially as astronauts. Now we're going to give them just a minute here to freshen up. They're entering Gaia now, which is what we call the first level here at Spaceport America. So like I said, they're going to get an opportunity here to just freshen up. But while we wait, let's hear more about some of the other Virgin companies in our Virgin family.
So, Steve, have you? Do you know if these other companies have been listed out? Are they public companies? The other Virgin companies?
To be honest with you, I'm not sure, so I wouldn't want to comment. I mean, the ones that I spoke about earlier, they were historical companies. I mean, obviously the airlines still exists, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
And Virgin Galactic is not listed on the London Stock Exchange, right?
Not as far as I know. No. Because it's classified as an American company.
Now, do companies? I see. Now, do companies in UK, do they generally like to list on American Stock Exchange, or is the first preference to be listed on the London Stock Exchange?
To be honest with you, I'm not sure. I mean, because I say I don't really invest in UK companies, but there tend to be I mean, there's a few international companies, like you mentioned, Diageo, and companies that maybe spread themselves, but they tend to be very sort of localized, and you know, a lot of companies like in the UK that you probably wouldn't have heard of, like companies like Deliveroo. I mean, these are companies that do similar things in the USA, but there are just our local kind of companies.
And you can board spaceship with the crew.
Yeah, there's also another pharmaceutical company. It's pretty big. I think it's GSK. I think GlaxoSmithKline. I guess that's
GlaxoSmithKline, yeah.
Another big pharmaceutical company. It's a UK based company as well.
Yeah, I mean, there are sort of companies that...
It's one of the largest companies in the world, actually.
Yes, and I mean, I think they've also got Johnson & Johnson. I think that's the American one, isn't it? I'm not sure. But yeah, there certainly are.
Johnson & Johnson, I think it's a Swiss... It's not an American company, to be honest. Let's see.
Okay.
And... yeah, let me see where it is from, actually.
I imagine that's just so comfortable.
Let me confirm.
For people to experience on their way up and give them, you know, to contemplate what's about to happen. And here's release there, the exciting moment, lighting the rocket motor. And headed to space.
Where is this an original? It does say Johnson & Johnson is an American multinational corporation, which was founded in 1886.
Okay.
So looks like it's an American company.
Right.
So let's see, we have some comments here from Nora. Is Steve invest in disruptive US stocks? Give the man a ticket. Yes, Khalid. Definitely Khalid wanted a free ticket.
Yeah.
You can't get a better PR than this. Very cool. Absolutely. I think so many live streams going on for this historic flight. I think absolutely Virgin Galactic got the PR they needed. And I think, Elon Musk, Steve Bezos, they got the PR as well. Because of this success, they can, take that further up.
Yeah. Definitely.
And Andy says, yes, J&J is US based. And we have another Steve on the chat. You can see, he says, another billionaire who is so concerned about climate change, yet it's bad for the rest of us to drive to work. What are your thoughts on that, Steve?
Well, it is an unfortunate situation. I mean, I think the way to explain it is sometimes if you want to make a good omelette, you've got to crack a few eggs. So the journey may be hard, but at the end of the road, you hope for something better. I mean, I know, but seriously, they are sort of concerned in terms of I think the fuel, the payload, and all that kind of stuff. That a lot of things have been factored in to try and make it as sort of as friendly as possible. I mean, it's not obviously it's not the answer, and it'd be great if you could have an electric sort of plane, and that will happen in the future, and so will rockets be electric. But we haven't quite got there yet. Still a long way to go, unfortunately.
Yeah. I think having the cars, totally convert from fossil fuel to electric, that's going to be the, I guess, more reasonable estimation rather than planes. I guess planes probably would be the next level.
Yeah.
And then rockets, of course, would be, I don't know if that will ever happen in our lifetime.
Yeah. Well, I know that like in the UK, they've trialed and they've got small planes, because when people want to travel, say, between cities in the UK, they can take these small commercial flights where you maybe get 10 or 20 passengers or less. And I know some of those planes are electric. So yeah, we're moving that way, and it will happen. It's just time, really.
Yeah, I think there is also one of the companies. I think the company name is called Atlas. I think that is trading on the New York Stock Exchange. That is an electric plane.
Okay.
But to be honest, I think until Boeing and Airbus, those are the two major companies. Unless they start, bringing those electric planes out, I think we are far from that, revolution.
Yeah, I mean, I think some things have to be sort of government led.
Oh, Manos, electric planes are only for small distances. Batteries are very heavy.
Yeah. I think, like, for example, I think at the London airport, the one near where the banks are in London, that they have, but like Manos says, they are small for small distances. Yeah.
Yeah, for larger distance, you're looking into hydrogen. Yeah, that is true.
Yeah.
Well, we had that scandal from last. Familiar with Nikola, Steve?
Say that again about the scandal of Nikola. You mean with the the truck?
Are you familiar with?
Oh, the truck they pushed down the hill, and they said it was riding. Yeah, that was interesting, wasn't it?
Yeah. I think Steve, we definitely need a collab with Manos on the hydrogen. I think that would be an interesting topic. I think.
Yeah. Maybe we could get him to lead on it, because he's the tech man. He could do that for us. But it was like he says, it was a major scam.
He's a tech man.
Yeah, he's the tech man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And so is Lordstown Motor. Yeah, I mean, Lordstown Motor, workhorse. Absolutely, Manos, we are up for it. I think Lordstown Motor, workhorse, it was sold as They are the next, revolution. And look what's happening over there.
Yeah.
And a lot of people actually bought into Workhorse because Cathy Wood was buying a lot of Workhorse.
Right.
And everything was dependent upon the USPS contract, which they did not get. And here we are.
So are these shots, these are these from the existing?
So Steve, have you heard recent? Yes, these are from the latest ones, I guess.
Yeah.
No. This looks definitely the older clip, though.
Right.
So yeah, these are from the older ones. I have seen this clip before.
Yeah.
Oh, my question was, I see Nora is asking, I recently bought back into Workhorse on the dip. Nora, what do you think about Workhorse? I mean, are you like day trading Workhorse, or are you planning to like hold it as a long-term investment? Steve, I'll get back. I actually forgot my question.
No, that's fine. Don't worry. I'm surprisingly, I've not really looked into Workhorse. I mean, tell me about them. So they obviously this is one that Cathy Wood was involved in. Yeah.
Yeah. So Workhorse basically is a last mile delivery truck.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This is really heartwarming, and it's
So Workhorse is a drone delivery in their planes. Yeah. So it's definitely a concept. So in the last mile delivery truck, so a lot of USPS, not a lot of USPS, but USPS had a $6 billion contract. Let's see what she's saying, and then
okay, yeah.
Some of the action down there, Kevin. Who have you got there with you?
Thank you so much. And we are here where the action is, and it is, you can feel it. It's so much fun out here. Everyone's excited. And who do I have the pleasure of speaking with today? Sharon, and what did you think of today's launch?
Oh my God, it was so exciting. I'm beyond it. It's over the moon. And I didn't realize it was going to be so emotional. I'm still shaking. This is incredible.
You and me both, Sharon, and it's really exciting. And I also hear that you're actually a future astronaut who's going to go on the ship yourself.
Yes, I'm so proud to be a part of this community, this family of astronauts from the very get-go. It's an amazing group of like-minded individuals who love space.
That's amazing. And I'm excited for you, and I can't wait till that moment. And then, in fact, thank you so much for speaking with us. We have another future astronaut, I think, coming right over here as well. Mr. Ron, I think we spoke a little bit before. Yes, can you tell us what your name is and where you're from?
Yes, Ron Rosano, San Francisco Bay Area.
Well, welcome here to Spaceport of America. What do you think of the location?
Oh, it's always fabulous here, and it's such an emotional day, and not only for us that are connected to Virgin Galactic and the project, but as we turn a corner and expand the thinking and understanding of our world and us as a planet, and to think of the views and the ways things are going to spread for students and people around the world, and thinking of us on a spaceship, Earth, and us crew on Earth is a very emotional, profound thing.
That's amazing. Yeah. So what are you looking forward to most when you go up to space here in the near future?
It's hard to say. I think you would expect a change in your understanding of the world, and then in the way it relates to you.
That's fantastic. And I hear you work with children in some organizations. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Sure. I've been organizing video conferences with students from classrooms all over the world with me and other future astronauts, and also staff at Virgin Galactic. So we give students the opportunity to have a one-on-one Q&A session with people that are going to space and people that are building spaceships. And that's incredibly rewarding work. And we're so glad to do it.
Oh, we're glad to have you here. And thank you so much for speaking with us today. And we have one more guest down here we wanted to talk to. And what is your name?
Hello, I'm Zana Bazim, and I'm from Toronto, Canada.
Well, welcome here to New Mexico. What did you think of today's event?
It was unbelievable, unreal, and truly out of this world.
Have you ever thought about going to space yourself?
Yes, actually, I am a future astronaut. I'm the youngest one so far. And the reason reason that I think space is so inspirational and important is because it represents the unity of humanity. It truly doesn't belong to one country, one nation, and it's without borders. And so my dream is not just for myself to experience space.
Now, are they employees of Virgin Galactic, or are they
for women and young girls to experience it too?
Well, you are truly an inspiration, and I can't wait for your journey. It's going to be coming up soon. And, today marks the big day. It's a catalyst for all this,
I'm not sure. I think maybe they're students or people. There'll be like a community of people involved in space.
Yeah. A bit back.
It's great to see some of our future astronauts here today. Right now, we have over 600 future astronauts from 60 different countries. I know all of them today, whether they're here at Spaceport America with us or watching from around the world, will be eagerly anticipating the day they arrive here with their friends and family, ready to take in their space flight.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, at this time, our amazing
looks like we are going to see the final
hopefully
event here. We have some technical.
historic, heroic crew are ready to be fitted for our wings ceremony right outside.
Let's hear from a Virgin Galactic astronaut, our chief astronaut instructor, Beth Moses, who witnessed those life-changing views firsthand.
My name is Beth Moses, and I'm an astronaut and the chief astronaut instructor here at Virgin Galactic. And I was honored to carry a little tiny piece of everyone's heart with me into space when I performed the first test of our customer cabin. I was very, very eager to perform this test to make sure that the company could succeed and you all could go to space. And so I tightened up my straps right before release.
3, 2,
and I felt a free fall, like a drop tower at an amusement park. And time seemed to go slower for a little while, maybe because I was really eager for the rocket motor to light.
Fire.
It feels comfortable. It feels like a strong pressure, but it comes on slowly and smooth. But you definitely feel pushed back in your seat. And you have a sense that you're starting to go pretty fast. Then the pilots started to turn us towards space. I had expected the inertial forces to be the dominant sensory input during this gamma turn. And in actuality, they weren't. Outside my window,
oh, that's a view.
The sky had gone purple. And the sound and feel and sight like nothing I'd ever seen before. So I came out of that gamma turn and I certainly knew that I was headed to space. I could hear the pilots calling, increasing Mach numbers, and I literally
You have a lot of buffering today for.
Yeah.
literally said, "We're doing it. We're going up."
Stay. 20 knots. 6 center, doors gets enabled. Transport 17 knots.
At rocket motor cutoff, there is no lurch. I didn't lurch forward in my straps, and it's a common misnomer. There's no feeling of suddenly being weightless. Your arms don't suddenly float up. Your hair doesn't suddenly float up and get in your face if you have long hair. It's really actually far more gentle and calm than any of the Hollywood movies would lead you to believe. The first time you turn and get up out of your seat a little bit and look out the window when you're in space, of course, the first thing that caught my eye was the curve of the Earth.
So now we have another proof.
My test. I tested a few ways to get in and out of the seat. I tested some handrails.
That Earth is not flat.
And ultimately made my way forward in the cabin. Completely weightless, not touching anything. Hands up. Head up, hair up, feet up. And that moment around apogee is just something. So I was coached
I can see a
into
Hollywood
stop
movie coming
and
up
able
on
to
this.
look out at the earth.
I can see who's going to play Richard Branson, Richard Gere or somebody else?
Feels timeless. The sky, space.
Richard Gere can
is
do that.
Just this deep, endless black. And then the most compelling thing, the earth below you, the vista below you is unreal. Beneath me was just this bright, high definition
You can see her hair floating.
earth.
Yeah.
Like in all her glory, Mother Earth. Pictures do not do it justice. And I believe everywhere you fly, there will be something magic about the earth. And here in New Mexico, you're going to have the Hope Diamond, because White Sands is right next to the runway.
Wow.
And I think it's amazing that you are stopped and still, and your body has a chance to slow down, and you get this, forgive me, God's eye view of Mother Earth. That stuck in my soul. It's going to stick in everyone's soul. It's amazing. It's one of the greatest things I've ever seen. I cannot wait for Richard and everyone to experience this and
Oh, so this is a clip from before she went.
and let it do
Okay,
good.
yeah. So it's
It's
incredible.
always so to speak about that. And
I'm gonna let
you
it.
just got to experience, as well as Colin. I am hearing they are all ready now to come out for the wing ceremony.
Okay,
And what a
it's
hero's
going to
welcome
start.
we're gonna get. Let's go ahead and turn the program over to
If only we can get the buffering.
Yeah.
these festivities. Please welcome the Chief Executive, Michael Colglazer.
Okay, we have this.
The Disney man.
The Disney man, yes.
Yeah.
Nice to see you guys.
What a day for him.
All right. This was the morning, wasn't it? This is the morning we are going to remember for the rest of our lives. I'm really grateful. I'm really honored to be with you here. Look at the setting. I saw Governor Lujan Grisham earlier. There is no better place to go to space than New Mexico. There it goes. I'm still kind of speechless from it all. How about you guys? It is there. Well, we did something incredible today. Is years in the making, almost a couple decades in the making.
That's true.
It couldn't have been done without the hundreds of people, over a thousand before we got through with everything getting done here. And just a congratulations to the team. For all of you who are watching online, you'll see a few of us on stage, but this was made up by thousands, and we're incredibly thankful to this team. So great job, everybody. Yeah, there's one person in the Virgin Galactic family who's not here today, but who is an incredible force and guiding light for us. And that was Professor Stephen Hawking. And Stephen Hawking was an inspiration to many of the team at Virgin Galactic. He was an inspiration to Richard through the years. And many people don't know, but Stephen Hawking actually named our spaceship Unity. He was an incredible person. And at a moment like this, I think the words that should introduce our astronauts should be the words that Stephen Hawking himself spoke in 2016 when we rolled out our spaceship Unity. So with that, if we could please hear from the amazing Stephen Hawking.
I didn't know that Unity was named by Stephen Hawking.
Interesting.
I have always dreamed of space flight, but for so many years, I thought it was just that, a dream. But I had reckoned without the dream of another, a man with a vision and persistence, to open up space flight for ordinary earthbound citizens. Richard Branson made it his mission to make space flight a reality, for those intrepid enough to venture beyond the boundaries of the Earth's atmosphere. The first private astronauts will be pioneers. We are entering a new space age, and I hope this will help to create a new unity. Space exploration has already been a great unifier. Taking more and more passengers out into space will enable them and us to look both outwards and back, but with a fresh perspective in both directions.
Looks like Richard Branson is going to come out now.
Looks like it, yeah, yeah.
I think everyone is eagerly waiting for that major announcement.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Crew is coming out.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely, Nora. We have again some technical difficulties in buffering. Yeah. I wonder if it's a buffering issue with the website or YouTube. We didn't see Chamath yet, right? Anywhere?
No. No, when?
System. Wow. So it's a big buffering issue. Let me see if I can. I'm trying to lower the quality.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, you guys stand up.
Is that your smoke alarm going off?
Who's that? Is that yeah. Who do you think is going to speak first today?
Richard.
Hi.
Sorry, I was told, sorry, everything. I was upside
Yeah, it's a big buffering
down a
issue
few minutes
today.
ago, so excuse me. Anyway, what a day.
Sorry about
That's fine.
Oh, we have.
Today. And I'm not sure whether Stephen Hawkins' words of play, but it was such an honor knowing him and such an honor having him as an astronaut. He decided to go up there before us, but it's lovely to still have his words with us. Incredible honor to have Chris Hadfield with us. And you will all remember his beautiful playing of a guitar from space. Give him a round of applause. I think, like most kids, I have dreamt of this moment since I was a kid, and that honestly nothing could prepare you for the view of Earth from space. I mean, the whole thing was just magical, and suddenly you're looking down and you're seeing 3 people looking up at you. And hang on a minute, what are you doing down there? We have this incredible Earth. Anyway, I'm just taking it all in.
I think they are speechless as well.
I was so honored to test the customer experience. Was a little bit of an excuse to get me on. It wasn't. It's so great to just get out there, test the customer experience. You get lists and lists of little things. And it's the little details that matter. So we are going to now have no details to sort out with this space line. This remarkable crew of mission specialists, and now any second. No. They are a complete delight to have flown with, yeah, it was just we've had such a great time. An enormous thank you, obviously, to our.
Do you think that news can come out anytime, Steve?
You never know. Maybe he's got to thank his sponsors
Incredible
first.
spaceship pilots. And to our mothership pilots. I think I think they must. I don't know where they are. If they're here, they should come and join us on stage. Anyway, just to say, I'm obviously sorry, Beth, Colin, and Sarisha. If you didn't know who they were. Anyway, thanks to all of you for being here at Spaceport America. It's hot, I'm sorry, but thank you for standing out here. The Spaceport is the most stunning building when you come in the morning. And see this thing emerging from the desert. I think it could be one of the 10 wonders of the world. So awesome to arrive on a bicycle and across this beautiful New Mexico countryside. And thank you to New Mexico for hosting us, for building this. for everything. Khalid, thank you for performing. We loved. Hello. Lovely wife. Come up, come on. There. he had quite a month.
I missed her. Who's that?
This beautiful new baby will be born this month, and this beautiful baby was born a couple of years ago.
Oh, that's his wife and kids. Okay.
All right. Okay.
And thank you for letting him come with us. I just would also like to thank my wonderful, beautiful wife.
I guess a lot more people are watching now. I guess.
Joan, who's
It gets
hopefully here
buffing.
somewhere.
A lot of people. Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely not my. It's the YouTube because.
Okay. Because of the demand, a lot of people watching.
Too many devices, I guess, at the same time.
We've been lucky enough to there for 45 wonderful, wonderful years, and we've been very, very blessed. And we've got Holly and Sam here.
We're almost there at the finish line.
Yeah.
Our grandchildren and everything, lots of friends. Sadly, none from England. So to you, we'll get you out here one day. But love you lot. That's all of you. And I just finally, I know I said it from the spaceship, but I just want to say thank you to every single person who believed in Virgin Galactic, the team who have worked so hard to make this dream come true. Love you all. It's 17 years of painstaking work and the occasional horrible down, but by and large, ups with it. And
yeah, Nathan, unfortunately, the
was
stream is
the biggest up. So thank you, all of you. Love you all.
We had to lower the feed quality.
The mission statement that I wrote inside my spacesuit was to turn the dream of space travel into a reality for my grandchildren who are here, for your grandchildren, and for many people who are alive today, for everybody. And having flown to space, I can see even more clearly how Virgin Galactic is the space. We're here to make space more accessible to all, and we want to turn the next generation of dreamers into the astronauts of today and tomorrow. We've all of us on this stage have just had the most extraordinary experience, and we'd love it if a number of you can have it too. And with that in mind, I have some news. Today, though, thrilled to announce that we have partnered with Amaze to open space for everyone. So if you go to amaze.com, I think /space to enter, you have a chance to go to space. And every donation supports a charity called Space for Humanity. And you'll be entered into the Amaze sweepstakes for the chance to win not one, but 2 seats aboard one of the first commercial Virgin Galactic space flights. And with my Willy Wonka hat on, a guided tour of Spaceport America, by yours truly, and I promise lots of chocolate in the factory. I mean, the exciting thing about this is that if enough people all over the world participate, it just means we can just keep on, the charity can keep on doing tickets for people. So it's a lovely sort of self-propelling way of just trying to get lots of people who couldn't have otherwise afforded to go to space to space. So just imagine a world where people of all ages, all backgrounds, from anywhere, of any gender, of any ethnicity, have equal access to space. And they will in turn, I think, inspire us back here on Earth. If you've ever had a dream, now is the time to make it come true. And I'd just like to end by saying, welcome to the dawn of a new space age. Thank you.
Wow.
Okay, thank you. Let's do wings now.
What do you think, Steve, about the announcement? It was a little.
It has been a tremendous day here in New Mexico.
Well,
a beautiful Sunday. And it's the time of year where from the sycamores and the maples, the little keys, after having worked so hard to grow vertically, are going to detach from the mothership of their tree and float and tumble and plant a seed somewhere else. And the wings that are the Virgin Galactic wings that I have the huge privilege of pinning on the crew are those sycamore seeds and the sycamore wings. It's just a beautiful acknowledgement of the work and the passion and the risk and the accomplishment of everybody here, and specifically these 4 new astronauts. So if I could have you come up first here, please. All right. Go. Everybody, Sharisa Bandla, astronaut!
Well done.
Get this in the right hand. Tremendous honor. Lovely that your family is here. Here you go, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, Colin Bennett, astronaut! Ready?
Is that his wife?
Colin Bennett, this one? No, I'm not sure.
And as part of the historic Unit 22 flight, ladies and gentlemen, it is Beth Moses, astronaut. And I don't know of anyone on Earth with the wild vision, the confidence where so many people don't have it, the willingness to take chances, the tenacity to follow it through, and the chance then to celebrate with everyone than this man sitting next to me. And so it's a ridiculous honor for me, sir, to be able to give you something that you have earned so handily. Thank you. Nice chest, Richard. Ladies and gentlemen, this here is Sir Richard Branson, astronaut. Congratulations, guys.
Oh, thanks.
Well done.
Thanks for coming out.
Well done. At the ship, okay?
There you go.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
There you go, guys. I'll get out of the way.
Because the party will continue now.
Yes, they will. Yeah. So the answer to your question, I don't know. We had lots of expectations, maybe something a bit bigger, more dynamic, more exciting. But I suppose the lottery kind of, it's like a lottery ticket. It gives people a chance, you know, who may never be able to go into space. I don't know. What's your thoughts about it?
I find a little. I mean, if he would have come out and say he has some kind of a partnership with somebody like Elon
Yeah.
Musk, I'm pretty sure it would have been a much bigger impact on the stock price tomorrow.
Yeah.
I don't know, but it's still a big achievement. I would say
Yeah.
we should see some upside movement tomorrow.
Yeah.
And Richard Branson is definitely strong.
Hmm.
You can tell.
Yeah. Yeah, I was quite surprised. I mean, I did have my doubts whether he would be the first one to go up, bearing in mind, that there were 2 accidents, and I thought, the risk-averse sort of attitude might sort of pull him back. But no, he kept to his word. He said he fixed the dates and he did it, and all credit to him.
Well, that's it for the stream from those guys. It's back
Yeah.
here.
So back again for the Bezos one, hopefully on the 20th.
Yeah.
So we'll have to just keep our people informed and let them know what's happening.
Any parting words, Steve, before we end the live stream?
Do you know? I didn't want it to end, but I'm just so happy that it worked out so well. Because I thought to myself, well, if this doesn't work out, then will this ever happen in my lifetime? Maybe, maybe not. But because it's happened, it's good news for everybody, even people my age. Yeah, great. And yourself?
I'm speechless. It's a moment that
Yeah.
I think I will take some time to soak it in, and maybe I'll rewatch it again, just to see how everything panned out. And I'm very happy that so many people joined us today to hear
yes.
out, and some of our close friends, Manos and Nora.
Yeah.
And guys, thank you so much for spending your valuable time today with us. We really appreciate it.
Definitely, yeah. And I just couldn't believe how perfect it went. Not even a single little hitch. It was just it couldn't have been better. It was just unbelievable. Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, that's it, everyone. Thank you so much, Steve.
And you did a great job. You're a wizard, a tech wizard. Okay.
Thank you. I tried my best. We'll get some tips from Nora. Thank you, guys. Take care so much, and we'll catch you later. Take care.
Bye-bye now. Bye.
Bye-bye.